The following is a presentation of The Day.
There is something about an underdog. Scrappy, hardworking, and easy to root for. Underdogs have something to prove, a chip on their shoulder, a desire to show their resolve. Plainfield thrives on its defense, taking every possession personally as they harass their opponents. Hannah Irons is a fierce competitor, and Morgan Yanish controls the paint for a Panther team that is playing its best basketball of the year, evidenced by their run to the sun. Coach John Larange knows this group will leave it all on the floor for a chance at the crown. Windham is small, athletic, and talented, with energy in everything they do. Seniors Sienna Ortiz and Alyssa Figueroa Prince lead the Whippets as they look to ride their roller coaster season to a victory in the biggest game of the year. Windham coach Andy Gonzalez remembers his team's 35-point victory over Plainfield in Game 2, but also his team's 4-point loss to the Panthers a month later. Game 3 decides it all. Both teams know they belong here, and both are going to show they too can thrive in the sun. Who gets the rubber match? Who is crowned champions of Division II? We find out. It's the Windham Whippets and the Plainfield Panthers taking center stage in the ECC Division II Championships live at the Mohegan Sun. Day in the light of the sun, and we are live from Mohegan Sun for the first of two ECC Girls Basketball Championships, the first, perhaps the Cinderellas of the tournament, Plainfield and Windham, and it's all live on Game Day. Game Day is brought to you by Scient Federal Credit Union. Pave the way for your students' financial success with a MySci account from Scient. Open a high-yield MySci savings account today and help support a positive financial future for your student. Visit scientfcu.org to learn more. Casey O'Neill and the sports doctor, Keith O'Brien, and we are live at our favorite place to do some postseason basketball, the Mohegan Sun, and Game 1, the 3 seed, the 4 seed, two teams that maybe weren't expected to be here.
Well, it depends on who you ask. If you ask the coaches, Coach Gonzalez will tell you differently that Stonington was the number 2 seed coming in. Well, they beat him 3 times this year, so, they feel like they've got the goods. They've got, they've earned this opportunity for be here. And for Plainfield, Casey, I talked to the head coach before the game, and he said, once we figure out how to make some shots down the stretch, we got hot. They picked off number 1 St. Bernard's to get here. So 3 and 4 on paper, but, maybe that's a little miscued.
Well, both of these teams had winning streaks down the stretch of the season before stumbling in their final 2 regular season games. And if you look why, well, it's because they played Bacon Academy and some of the bigger schools. But when they were in the Division II, 6 straight for Windham, 6 straight for Plainfield, so they're both playing really good basketball at the right moments. They're healthy, and they played twice this year. 35-point victory in Game 1 for Windham, but then Plainfield comes back and knocks them off a month later. So both of these teams thinking this is their night. Yeah,
and again, I think Plainfield, their mentality comes in here. If we can knock down some shots and we can play some defense, we're going to be okay. Like you said, this is the 3rd time's a charm seeing these guys, the rubber match. And for Coach Gonzalez for Windham, he likes what's cooking right now. He likes the fact that, they beat Lyman up pretty good, and then they had to escape to get here over a win against Stonington. So I think both teams like their chances. And again, in tournament play, you kind of throw the seedings out a little bit. You talked about who gets hot down the stretch and who can make shots. We're about to find out tonight.
Well, you mentioned Windham with that win over Stonington. I think a lot of people thought Stonington was playing maybe the best basketball of anybody, and then Windham took it to them.
Sure.
And then Plainfield knocking off the 1 seed St. Bernard's, and a lot of people thought St. Bernard's was ready this year to win both boys and girls championships.
I think we were all shocked a little bit. We were doing the cheerleading on Saturday, and we said, oh boy, St. Bernard's lost. But, Casey, how important is that for a team to get in this position where they build confidence? So, we beat the 2, we beat the 1. We know we belong here. We've seen each other a couple different times. Let's let this thing play out.
Yeah, both of these teams absolutely believe that they're the team that should win tonight.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for that little extra mojo, things are playing out pretty good in Pantherville these days.
Yeah,
Plainfield,
the
cheerleaders won on Saturday,
Yeah.
same day as the girls, upset St. Bernard. So, right now the orange and black is flowing in Plainfield.
It is. And in the aura of playing in the building, and Coach Gonzalez, he talked about it. He said, 4 years ago we were in this position, but we were at NFA. So now we're in the big building. And the coaching staff for Plainfield, the girls were all on and the coach gave them about 5 minutes. So okay, you're done oohing and on. The basket's like Hoosiers. The basket's 10 feet. It's 16 feet from the foul line. Let's go out and play basketball.
The floor is bigger, though.
The floor is bigger. I get tired. I would get tired running up and down this floor.
Well, this is the first of two. The nightcap tonight, 8 o'clock, Bacon Academy and New London, which we'll have plenty of time to preview. But this is a really good game to start the night off with.
Sure.
I think you're going to be surprised. Wyndham loves to shoot the three.
Right.
They will live out there. And if they can make threes early, they can get up early, and I think that's when they become very dangerous.
Yeah, Plainfield's bigger.
Yes.
They're a bigger team. They got a little more size up front, and, rebounding is going to be a key to tonight's game. But, it's a good point. Windham likes to score, likes to shoot. Plainfield's got a little more size, a little more beef up front.
Well, you're looking at, Morgan Janisch is big, and they got Conger is big, and, so you're going to have some size with Plainfield. But watch Windham try to exploit their quickness, get open looks at the three. I think you saw that big blowout in the first game, 35 points. 35 points happens when you get out early, and then the snowball goes downhill.
Yeah, 61-26. That was game 2 of the season.
And I don't think you're going to see that tonight.
No, I think you're going to see, back and forth. And, we've talked about this, too, in this arena and in this setting. Who makes less mistakes? Don't turn the basketball over, rebound the ball, get good shots, and, the team that can weather that run, because somebody's going to come out and give a little run. Talk about season being, runs. The game is a game of runs, too.
And someone is going to step up tonight and surprise you.
Yes.
Let's find out as we go who that might be. But right now, PA announcer Bill Glennie is the voice of the ECC tournament, and he's got announcements live.
Game number 1 tonight features the number 4 ranked Plainfield Panthers taking on the number 3 seeded Whippets of Windham. Before we meet tonight's starting lineup, I'd like to address your attention to the big board as we meet the players in tonight's game, brought to you by Game Day and The Day.
Emily Smith, Moosop Elementary School. Taylor Keefe, Shepherd Hill Elementary.
Juliana Gallo, Sacred Heart School in Taffield. Carly Blyle, Shepherd Hill Elementary.
Hannah Irons, Sacred Heart School, Taffield, Connecticut.
Morgan Yanish, Plainfield Central Middle School. Hannah Pearson, Shepherd Hill Elementary. Allison Conger, Plainfield Central Middle School.
Madeline Nordstrom, Sterling Community School.
Serena Devine, Shepherd Hill Elementary.
Ashley Conger, Moosop Elementary School.
Emily Spate, Shepherd Hill Elementary School.
Haley Flores, Natchog Elementary.
Anaya Jenkins, North Windham Elementary School.
Jaylee Rivera, North Windham Elementary School.
Addie Gonzalez, North Windham Elementary.
Allison Como, North Windham Elementary School.
Alyssa Lebzak, St. Mary St. Joseph School. Sienna Ortiz, Chaplain Elementary School.
Aaliyah Boyd, Windham Center Elementary School.
Aaliyah Cotto, Sweeney Elementary School.
Chelsea Martinez, North Windham Elementary School. Alyssa Figueroa Prince, North Windham Elementary School.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet our finalists. First, we begin with the number 4 seeded Plainfield. Currently 15-8 on the season, wearing their black uniforms with orange and white trim. They upset the number 1 seed St. Bernard's to punch their ticket to the sun. Coached by Mr. John LaRange. Put your hands together, Panther fans. Let's meet your starting 5. Starting at guard, a 5'1" senior, number 13, Carly Belisle. Starting at guard, a 5'3" junior, number 14, Hannah Irons. Starting at forward, a 5'10" sophomore, number 15, Morgan Janisch. At forward, a 5'8" senior, number 23, Allison Conger. And at forward, a 5'6" sophomore, number 24, Maddie Nordstrom. And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the number 3 seed in Windham. Wearing their home whites with blue trim, they knocked off the number 2 seed Stonington to earn their trip to Mohegan. Currently 16-7 on the year, led by head coach Andrew Gonzalez. Make some noise, Whippet fans, as we meet your starting 5. Starting at guard, a 5'5" freshman, number 3, Anaya Jenkins. Starting at guard, a 5'5" senior, number 11, Addie Gonzalez. At forward, a 5'8" sophomore, number 20, Alyssa Levazik. Starting at guard, a 5'7" senior, number 22, Sienna Ortiz. And starting at guard, a 5'10" senior, number 33, Alyssa Figueroa Prince. Ladies and gentlemen, your officials are tonight Mr. Brian Pierce, Mr. David West, and Mr. Steve Nunn. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Tonight's anthem is being performed by Ledyard High School senior Matt Borgon. Matt will be starring in Ledyard High School's productions of Newsies, March 24th through the 26th. Tickets available at ledyardmusic.com.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ledyard High School always represents, whether it's the chamber choir or Matt, of course, starring in their production of Newsies. Good show. I'm not going to even ask you if you know what that's about, Sports Talk.
No. Newsies?
Newsies is about... I'm not even going to get into it. Sports,
sure.
That's all right. That's fine. 3 officials for tonight's game. Always good when we got the big crew here at the Mohegan Sun on the big floor. You know, you saw in the pregame, really 4 guards for Windham.
Yeah.
Their size is definitely going to be their issue if there is one. Plainfield comes out bigger. But really, it's going to be early on. Turnovers are always a thing.
Yeah.
You know, 3-point shots.
Yep.
Who can make some baskets? Plainfield's going to worry about early offense. Wyndham's going to want to get out and run, shoot the 3.
You would think with the size up front for Plainfield, they could probably dominate an offensive glass too with Conger and Nordstrom. You know, 5'8" and 5'6", and you know, 5'10" Yornish as well.
The sophomore Yornish will jump it up against Lebezak. Easy win for Plainfield on the tip. Ball into the hands of Maddie Nordstrom. First possession for the Panthers.
The Windham will settle down a little 2-3 zone, a little matchup style.
Belial, one of the rare seniors on Plainfield. Up top and a dump down now. Kick back out. First shot of the 3.
Boom! Hannah Irons knocks down the triple to start us off.
A little textbook basketball there, Casey. A little high-low action. Dump the ball on the post, turn, feed the wing, knock down the three-point shot. Patience on offense, good offensive set. First set of the game for Plainfield.
Yeah, I couldn't draw it up any better. Step back, knock down the three. Good start for Plainfield on their first possession. Windham a little more deliberate here with the basketball.
Oh, man-to-man defense by Plainfield.
Nice drive to the lane by Figueroa Prince, but a little too strong. Rebound, Plainfield, up ahead it goes to Irons. Swing it around the perimeter. Looking for a dump down. And again, both teams will be very deliberate, working for that open shot. Don't be surprised to see a lot of passes here. There's a tip, a steal. Ortiz, the senior, Sienna Ortiz with the steal, and that's the pressure we talked about from
pressure. And you can't get lazy with the passes if you're Plainfield. We talked about being deliberate, but Windham can go get it.
Good job by Belial. She'll pull it out. She finds Irons. Those perimeter passes, they're going to see Windham jump those as often as possible. So you got to move without the basketball if you're Plainfield. There's Janish. Turn, no good. Irons, weak side rebound, can't get it to go. Tipped around, and it comes to Ortiz. Ortiz, blow by to the basket, can't finish. And it's on the line. It'll be Plainfield ball. That was a great hesitation move by Sienna Ortiz, and she missed the layup.
I think there's one thing that's evident right now is Ortiz may be the fastest player on the floor. She can get it coast to coast, like you said, with a little hesitation. Quick hands on the defensive end of the ball as well. Good ball pressure here by Windham.
Irons and Belial. Two guards up top. They're trying to use the bigs at the high post, and so far...
Yeah, the offense has been getting pushed out further and further from the basket. Good job by Windham pushing Plainfield out.
Conger wanted it. They're well defended by Levisak.
Got some big people. Find a way to get them to operate with their close to the basket.
Irons for three. Got it! Hannah Irons, back-to-back threes.
That'll loosen up the defense a little bit. Triple from downtown.
Figueroa Prince will walk it up for Windham. So the opposite of what we've talked about here. Plainfield knocking down some early threes. Addie Gonzalez picks her dribble up. Three off the back, iron by Ortiz, and a rebound comes down to Nordstrom. She gives it up, and Plainfield has another possession here. Now Nordstrom with a straightaway three. That's off the side rim, and I don't think that's the shot Coach Larange wanted there.
That was a one-pass, no-touch situation. How do you manufacture offense in the half-court set against a bigger team? That's the question if you're Windham.
You got to be able to do some dribble
penetration
and move the ball, right?
Kick out. Gotta move the ball.
Figueroa Prince tipped out of bounds. It'll be turned over.
Just a lot of dribbling and a lot of ball handling by Prince for no production.
Plainfield spreads the floor well against this 2-2-1. They'll work the middle of the floor with the guards. And now they'll move out of the pressure here into the middle.
Almost a backcourt.
And so what happened there, Nordstrom caught it, and rather than turn and pivot, she tried to pass it across her body and hit her teammate in stride.
You've got to settle yourself down, get across half court, let the guard come back to the basketball. You've already beaten the pressure. You're over half court. Let's settle things down a little bit. A little early game jitters here at the Sun.
Ortiz back up top. Looking for underneath on a cut, not there, and Plainfield pushes it out. Irons steps out defensively.
That size and the help defense, by Conger and Nordstrom is gonna be tough to challenge if you're Windham. If the ball's not moving faster on the perimeter, how are you gonna create spots for open looks?
Ortiz. Quick first step, blow past and the layup. Sienna Ortiz is quick.
Off the bounce, off the hop, the dribble, the penetration, and the finish at the rim. Ortiz is quick. Almost a backcourt there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Ortiz, that first step.
Yeah, she's quick. find a way to check her a little bit.
Belial looking for a dump down, now back up top, irons. They'll reverse. Dump it in, and a shot was blocked, but Conger got fouled, so she'll go to the line. Senior Allison Conger will shoot 2. Foul was on Addie Gonzalez, her first, and Conger will go to shoot 2 from the line. First one's a little hard. We're going to get our first sub into the ball game here. Emily Spate, the junior, will be checking in for Shooter, so she'll be coming in for Conger after this.
10 points scored in the game, Casey, and 2 players scored all those 10 points.
And 2 threes, 2
2
twos.
3s, 2 2s by Irons, and
we stay there.
we stay right there, and then Ortiz with a couple of layups. Yeah, she has the blow by again.
There's that good help, good weak side help defense from Morgan Janisch.
And what Ortiz is telling her teammates too is somebody's going to kind of crash and follow me in. If I get stuck down there on the double team, somebody's got to be open. Make yourself available. Come get the basketball. I'm going to draw the attention. Somebody else got to kind of step up and help me out a little bit.
Even though Janisch came over for help, I think Ortiz needs to go straight up with her and see if she can draw a foul there. Because really picking up your dribble there, there's nothing.
In no man's land, yeah.
So go up strong with it. You got the step. Maybe you get the blocking foul on Janisch sliding over for help. Nice look, doubled. Windham does a nice job collapsing on that. We're gonna get a tie up. Possession arrow favors the Whippets.
Tie up on the floor. Possession arrow with the Whippets.
Teams scrapping, teams hitting the floor, championship game. Got it all on the line. I was gonna say it's March basketball, but it's not quite March yet.
Not quite
yet. No,
yet.
another week and a half.
Yeah, but it feels like it.
It does.
Ortiz knocks it down, the triple. Sienna Ortiz inside, outside, doing it all for Windham.
Yeah, she's got all 7 for Windham, and she has brought her A game tonight. Senior wants to go out, a little traveling, and again, you see the disruption on a defensive end by the senior. Bringing the lunch pail and all the goodies inside of it for championship night here at the Mohegan Sun.
Belial that time, rather than go to the middle, had to try to go backwards to Irons, picked up the pivot foot and turnover, and all of a sudden, believe it or not, Windham's got the lead in ball. Ortiz, Belial on her. Addie Gonzalez drives, tries to find her teammate Anaya Jenkins a little too hard and out of bounds, turnover Plainfield, but Windham will stay in that 2-2-1.
I like the idea in offense. Maybe pull up and take a shot there if the passing lane isn't there. Rise up, knock one down from about 6 feet. And this 2-2-1 is giving Plainfield some trouble.
That was much better. Wild shot at the basket, no good. Rebound, Sienna Ortiz. She'll push it up for Windham. Heading down towards a minute in the first period. Pump fake, step back. Three is going to be short by Addie Gonzalez, out of bounds. Plainfield ball at 59 seconds remaining in the period.
3 seniors out there for Coach Gonzalez. Addie Gonzalez and Sienna Ortiz and Figueroa Prince. Seasoned crew, like I said, in this game 4 years ago at NFA.
Good job that time, breaking it. Spate dumped it down to Janisch, and Janisch finishes at the basket.
Yep, good look, turn and catch the seal off, the kiss off the glass. Janisch gets a touch and delivers.
Give Plainfield credit that time, more than just break pressure. They look to break it and then attack the basket. Little reach. Nordstrom.
Good D.
Hounding Figueroa Prince. And then we're going to get a touch foul on the perimeter.
Oh, loose change out there, huh? They'll play on in a championship game.
I don't think it disrupted Figueroa
No,
Prince.
not really, no. She was going to kick the ball out to Ortiz on the wing. Just got to let that thing go.
finds a nice job. Figueroa Prince
good move.
finds the cutting Levisak. Plainfield going to try to get one off here, breaking the pressure. Spate, nice look underneath. Janish drives, turns it over on the travel, and 4.3 remaining for Windham to try to get off the final shot. Plainfield's going to put a little man pressure on. Emily Smith and Juliana Gallo check into the ball game real quick here. No fouls at the end of the period. Ortiz
Gotta go.
gets it up to half court. Pressured, long three, no good. We're at the end of one. Well played, 1 point lead for the Whippets. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
Pave the way for your students' financial success with a MySci account from Scient. Open a high-yield MySci savings account today and help support a positive financial future for your student. Visit scientfcu.org to learn more. Game Day is brought to you by Waterford Dental Health. At Waterford Dental Health, we provide solutions to all of your dental needs. Your smile is our top priority. Visit us today at waterforddentalhealth.com and by Core Plus Credit Union. Love the home you're in? Well, borrow based on the finished value of your home before your renovations begin. Apply today at coreplus.org.
Well played first quarter, Sports Doctor. 9-8, Windham on top by 1, and not exactly what we thought we were going to see. Instead of the three-pointers for Windham, instead you see Ortiz blow by to the basket. It's Plainfield shooting the threes and Windham getting to the basket, kind of the opposite of what we thought we'd see.
Yeah, and Ortiz has got 7 out of the 9 points right now for Windham, Casey. And she is, she's done a little bit of everything on both ends of the floor. You saw the quickness and the hop off the first step. You saw her knock down a 3. You see that 2-2-1 giving Plainfield a little bit of trouble. So right now, Sienna Ortiz in the driver's seat for Windham. As for Plainfield, Casey saw a couple different times when they were patient enough to work the ball down low on the block, they were productive. So got to find to get Janish more involved and get Conger and Nordstrom in positions where they can make some baskets. They've relied very heavily on Irons knocking down a three-point shot.
Yeah, and if she's open for a 3, she's going to take it, but you know she's going to have attention drawn to her
Sure.
now after those early 2 for 2 from the
Right.
perimeter.
That dump, we've seen it a couple times. The dump down comes, the shooter's going to be available on the wing, but it's got to be quick recognition if you're Plainfield.
Janish puts it to the floor, gets a step a little bit long. Weak side rebound, put back, no good, still loose. Janish cleans up, still can't finish it. Tipped out of bounds. I think it stays Plainfield. There's 3 chances at the basket.
And those opportunities are going to be there all night long if you're Plainfield. Second, third chance scoring opportunities on the by the rim. Just got to deliver.
Got to finish the layups.
Just got to deliver.
And speaking of it, right on cue, great look. Belial finds Janish for the 2.
It's too easy. Step down, through the paint, catch it high, shoot it high. I got a feeling this is going to be one of these games. A little back and forth, seesaw action. Whoever could find themselves on maybe a 6-0 run will get separation. But right now, I just, closely contested.
3 for Figueroa Prince is strong. Janish is on the floor fighting for the rebound. And she loses it to Jenkins, but Jenkins hits the end line, so it'll be Panther ball. And back to the 2-2-1 goes Windham. Nordstrom to Irons. Back to Belial. Work in the middle. Back to Irons now. Plainfield.
Yeah, that 2-2-1 is just kind of token pressure that time coming off the floor.
Irons, floater in the lane, just short. Rebound underneath from Conger, and she was tipped away. And it'll stay here with Plainfield. In the middle, tipped out of the hands of Janish, and it goes right off the face of Figueroa Prince.
She got hit.
So Figueroa Prince is down as the ball got her right in the mouth. So we're gonna step away for a minute while we have a timeout on the floor. Say that this timeout is brought to you by Groton City Utilities. As a leader in southeastern Connecticut, we provide essential electric, water, and other services at prices which reflect exceptional customer value and quality, enhancing and supporting the vitality and livability of the communities we serve. It's Groton City Utilities.
A little poke in the eye for Figueroa Prince. She's up under her own power, a little blurry vision.
Haley Flores will check into the ball game. And Figueroa Prince will take a seat. Timeout from the Whippets, and we'll keep it here and talk a little bit about what we saw in the early going. So Plainfield, I think that 2-2-1 that they're seeing has disrupted them. You say it's token pressure, but it's really designed to just get them out of sync in that half-court set.
Yeah, and the one thing that I've noticed, Casey, too, is their half-court sets getting pushed further and further out. When their big people do get a chance to touch the ball on the block, you saw with Fiona, she can deliver. But as far as Windham, they want to keep that offense far away from the basket as they possibly can.
I mean, you said it, catch it high, shoot it high.
Yeah.
That's the key for Plainfield because they crash in the boards. They've had 2-3 opportunities. They just got to keep the ball up. And every time they bring it down.
And they got to convert, too. They missed a couple of different layups.
Short three. Follows up her own shot is Nordstrom. Irons.
Get rid of it. Too much dribbling. Give it up. Jonas has got to make herself available. There you go.
And Irons dumps it down, but Jonas put it on the floor. Yeah. And there goes Ortiz off to the races. Belisle's back. Jump stop, no good. It misses it a little strong. Good job by Belisle, hustling back. Here comes Irons the other way. Kick out. Belisle goes baseline, pulls up a little strong. Janish, kick out. Irons gives it up to Nordstrom, and Nordstrom buries the jumper.
The second chance scoring opportunity, the height on the glass, paying big dividends for the Panthers.
Wide open three, Windham short off of Jenkins, out of bounds, and Panthers have a 3-point lead in the basketball.
We got some size up front, and we're going to take advantage of it, says Coach John LaRange. Yeah, I see what a couple of baskets that are in a row would do for your team, too, that energize it a little bit. A little more bounce in that step. See the basketball moving much more freely.
Swing, Irons, open look. Knocks down the two. Hannah Irons is hot.
Again, you talk about momentum. Ball moves around, swing the gate, knock down the triple. 5-point lead. Well, it's pretty to watch everybody get a touch on the offensive end and knock down that three-pointer.
Extending the defense, another open look. Now a drive, floater, short. Conger hustles it. Irons has it coming the other way. Biggest lead of the game for Plainfield, it's 5. There's an open three, just short, weak side. Belisle, smallest player on the floor. Weak side rebound, and she's fouled by Jenkins. Little out hustle. If you're Windham, you can't get out hustled. You're already getting outsized. You can't get out hustled as well.
Find a way to keep Plainfield off the offensive glass.
Entering the game, number 33, Figueroa Prince.
Prince back in the game for Windham.
Belisle inbound. Little schmutz on the floor. They got to get out of that.
Yeah.
Here comes the broom. Little giant Swiffer.
So you use it. Schmutz use that term on the golf course too.
Keep
the ball out of the schmutz.
Try to keep it out of the schmutz.
Schmutz, yeah. Schmutz on the floor.
That's unfortunate. Sadly, I don't do that well enough.
Casey, where'd your ball go? Sports doctor, it's in the schmutz.
It's in the schmutz. Open look. Three's going to be tipped and short. Followed her shot. Nordstrom knocks it out of bounds. It'll go over to Windham.
Now let's see what Windham can conjure up here for offense here in the second quarter. They have not had a bucket, and they are struggling in the offensive end. It just, unless they're getting something from Ortiz off the bounce case, not much cooking.
Nice look underneath. Figueroa Prince can't finish it though.
That shot was rushed too. I mean, again, that Plainfield size, you know, whether they're not blocking shots, they're definitely changing shots.
Irons finds Belisle. Belisle just short. Out comes Jenkins.
Keep going. Push to the rim.
There goes Figueroa Prince. Jump stop. Finds on the baseline. Levesak's no good. Nordstrom will come the other way now for Plainfield. Belisle dumped down. Good defense on Conger. Gets it knocked out of bounds.
Conger looking for a foul. Thought she got bumped. Play on, says the ref.
Liacato into the ball game for Windham. Up top now, Irons. Swings it. Belial for 3. Back iron strong. And Jenkins will push. All the way, floater, no good. Rebound, Janish. She's being harassed, but she turns it over to Belial. Now Plainfield looking to push. Belial. And that's going to be a walk.
Yeah.
Conger never got her feet set.
.335 left to go here in the second quarter. Still without a basket is Windham. Windham seems like they have to work so much harder on the offensive end to even get a clean look. Never mind a basket.
Yeah, size of Plainfield definitely bothering.
Taking over. Again, move the basketball. Get Ortiz moving without the ball. Free her up in space. And she's drawing a lot of attention, I can tell you that.
Figueroa Prince now. Good matchup here, her and Irons. Irons is going to give her space. Wyndham going to reset the offense now.
And Nordstrom face guarding Ortiz.
Yeah, hounding
denying
her.
The basketball.
Ortiz,
Gotta be careful,
yeah.
5 seconds.
Yeah, well, Irons jumped Figueroa Prince. Figueroa Prince now drives, has a step, banged at the basket, no foul. Janish slid over, got the block. Irons in the other direction now, all the way to the basket, and she's blocked. And it's tipped, and it'll stay Plainfield basketball. And we're gonna get
timeout.
Timeout, Windham. This timeout is brought to you by Groton City Utilities, a leader in southeastern Connecticut, providing essential electric, water, and other services. Prices which reflect exceptional customer value and quality, enhancing and supporting the vitality and livability of the communities we serve. Groton City Utilities. Casey O'Neill, along with the sports doctor Keith O'Brien, here at Mohegan Sun. Game 1 of 2, the Division II ECC Girls Basketball Championship. The Windham Whippets trailing the Plainfield Panthers by 5 here as we head towards halftime. And both of these teams, the 3 and 4 seed, not predicted to be in the finals, and both are here. They're no strangers to each other,
right.
And I think the game is shaping up to be what we kind of thought it would be.
Yeah, we kind of thought it'd probably be a 6-point game either way, Casey. A game of runs, who can withstand the runs, and who can make adjustments on the fly. And right now, if you're Coach Gonzalez, you got to figure out how you're going to score some points in the offensive end. I don't have a problem with their defense. They're getting pushed around the boards a little bit, but we got to find a way to get good looks. That's the thing. There's too much dribbling the basketball. And ball's not moving enough, and you got to find a way to get Ortiz open. She's being hounded a little bit this quarter by Nordstrom. A lot of face guarding and stuff like that. So maybe run her off some ball screens and see what happens. But she's their best offensive player, and she needs to be productive, or else this team doesn't have a chance.
Belial now drive. Nordstrom finds Irons. Long jumper. Side no good. Nordstrom there for the rebound. Kicks back out. Dump down. Janish spins in the lane. Basket's no good, but she will draw the foul and get to the line.
And that's off a second chance scoring opportunity. Again, Plainfield doing work on the glass, creating extra offensive possessions. Morgan Janish, a sophomore, 5'10". Gonna be around for a few more years.
And when she gets to that right hand and gets to the strong side of the basket, she definitely can score around the basket. And right now, Plainfield's having a trouble knocking down free throws.
Right. Foul shots. Foul shots. Free throws.
Spate checks back into the ball game. Nordstrom will get a breather. Check that. Conger will get a breather. Another missed free throw, but Spate just in the ball game gets up, ties it up. Possession arrow favors Windham. Swinging around the perimeter. Good defense. Little trap, dump down. Figueroa Prince was open under the basket.
Yeah,
good look.
Good luck. Prince was there, first basket of the quarter for Windham.
Belial dumps down, Janish spins, kicks out. Nordstrom jump shot just short, good rebound. Stolen, left hand no good, and Figueroa Prince bodies up for the rebound. Long pass. And a foul as Jenkins drove in the lane, and Anaya Jenkins will shoot two.
A little life here for Windham and the faithful behind us. Nice crowd here at the Mohegan Sun for game one. And nice look by Prince, pushing the ball up the floor, and Jenkins, the attempt to get to the rim, no hoop with the harm, she'll shoot two. You know, and Jenkins and Ortiz, those two guards, Casey, you know, both have that quick first step. Both can find themselves to the rim, and finally they get something to knock down a free throw.
Yeah, senior and a freshman, by the way, too. Jenkins, the freshman, Ortiz, the senior. One more for Jenkins. She knocks both of those down. Calmly, I might add.
Hard to believe it's a one-point game.
Feels like Plainfield's dominating, but they a little five, you know why? A little 4-point run right now for Windham. In a game where there's not a lot of points right now.
Right. At the under.
Oh, nice dump down. Hard foul at the basket, though, on Spate. She'll go back to the line. That was a good look under the basket. Spate probably should have gone straight up with it, put it to the floor, and got the foul instead.
Cotto got it from behind.
So 2 free throws for Spate. Plainfield cannot knock down a free throw. Now, if I'm not mistaken, are they not 0 for 7?
0 for 7, I believe, yeah.
There
you go. Lids off the basket.
Floater, no good from Gonzalez, and rebound weak side Spate. Here comes Nordstrom. Belial launches a 3, it's long, but right there is Nordstrom.
On that weak side, they've been killing Windham on the glass. Long shots on the weak side.
Belial double teamed, stolen by Gonzalez. Here's that Windham pressure. Jenkins wide open, corner J, knocks it down, and we're tied at 15. Bang! Open look, knocked down Belial, 2-point lead for Plainfield. Under 10 seconds remaining. Over the top, Figueroa Prince launches a 3, in and out, rebound, irons at the buzzer. Your first half has been well played, and it's a 2-point lead for Plainfield. And the sports doctor will have a couple of questions for Plainfield coach John Larange. 2-point lead for the Panthers. Sports doctor, take it away.
All right, Coach, you guys take a 2-point lead into the locker room. They made a big run to close out that second quarter. What worked and what didn't work?
We just got to close quarters defensively, not sharp enough. Offensively, not sharp enough. You know, those are, definitely a point of emphasis. We got to close out quarters, and defensively, that's not cutting it. No way.
Now, your size seemed to take place over on the offensive side with the glass and the offensive rebounds. You and I talked about making shots.
Yeah.
You know, is that something you guys have to improve on?
Yeah, definitely. Just focus, concentrate. But it looks like we're a little rushed, and they're taking advantage of it. We're getting a lot of shots, but it don't matter if we're not going in the hole.
All right, good luck in the second half, Coach. Casey?
Thank you, Sports Doctor. 2-point Plainfield lead. We're at halftime here at the Mohegan Sun. Come on back. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
Growing up in such an athletic family, you're constantly surrounded by competitiveness and wanting to win and watching your cousins play at the high school level, and I've always wanted to just be like them, and I wanted to kind of take on the name myself and prove that I'm worthy.
So Cassie is a college pitcher. Marissa's name is up on the wall. Your dad's in the majors.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone to bed at night worried that you might not be able to live up to those to those expectations?
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot of pressure. I definitely hold myself to a very high standard, and when I don't meet the expectations that I have of myself, I'm my biggest critic, and I definitely get down on myself sometimes when I shouldn't, but I have to realize that I'm capable of doing these things that everyone else in my family has.
If there is, she's never shown it. She handles it so well. She handles the pressure very well. She does a great, great job. We talk a lot about that, about her composure on the court and how you don't know if she's having the best game of her life or if she is having the worst game of her life, because she is always straight-faced, calm, cool, collected, helps maintain her teammates. Phenomenal leader just by being almost that quiet, calm presence on the court. These girls have played together since they were in 7th grade. They have a great relationship both on and off the court.
Everyone is there to pick each other up when you're down. They're there to push you to your max and expect nothing less. And I think that the chemistry of the girls, because we've been playing together for so long, and we're all so close friends, that it's such a fun environment to be a part of.
Just by stepping on the court, she brings so much confidence. When she is on the floor, our girls feel more confident. They feel ready to play. They feel like they can beat anybody, and it helps our team be better.
Claire's our glue player. Without a glue player, it's pretty hard for a team to pretty much stick together. And I say that because she's a little bit of do everything. You know what I mean? She rebounds, she defends, she'll go against the best defender, she'll play help defense. At one point, she thought she could run the point guard.
So I was born in Georgia, and since then I've lived in Virginia, Louisiana, Texas, and toured overseas in the Netherlands. I've had a lot of experiences, and it's really helped me become more of an adaptable person. I'm really able to adapt to change because every 3 years, I completely move from different stations, sometimes like not even in the US. So it's definitely a lot of adaptation for me, and it's really made me a stronger person overall.
I remember Claire, her 8th grade year coming into her freshman year. And then I see her play against Fitch her freshman year, and she goes for 16. I'll never forget that game because that's when she got her nickname, which is Claire Buckets. Like, you'll hear us call Buckets, you'll hear some of us call her Buck, but that's really where she got her name. And she was just, from that point on, I think that day she earned the varsity level. Like, ever since then, she's been dressing. So our rule is, if you don't practice and you're a starter, you don't start that game. So Claire, being Claire, she committed to helping they do like a choir performance here. And I guess it's a really, really big event. I have never been, and maybe I should go next year. But Claire committed to helping them during the basketball season. And she stuck to that commitment, which meant she missed practices. Now, this is a girl who started every game last year, and we're coming into this year, and she breaks this news to me.
Well, I've always been a band kid. Since middle school, I played the flute and saxophone, soprano saxophone. I just wanted to give back to the program that has helped me grow as a, individual. And it was really cool to get to see, people that I was like together with as a freshman, to see how they've grown, and gotten those solo parts and become really well-developed individuals. And I just wanted to give back to the program that has helped make me better. I do feel really bad about missing practice, but I definitely made it up with sprints and other things.
Obviously, I wanted her in practice, but I knew that there was more to it than just her not being at our practice. It was about her really keeping a commitment and her being needed by more than one organization at the time. If someone was to look from the outside in, I would want Claire to kind of be the model of our student athlete.
I believe that there's moments that really change your life. And the talent show is definitely one of those moments.
I'm not alone in this world. Seems like everybody out there wants to have a chance to be.
The talent show basically legit saved my life. I would have probably been
in jail or probably be dead.
Put me back in my place, but I won't make it easy on them.
I'm a traumatic brain injury survivor.
I was addicted to alcohol, opiates, then it turned to heroin.
It's very taboo to be gay or to be trans.
And it's never been so clear that you got a place. Now show us your face and get up on that stage and let the world know.
We're not looking for sympathy, that's not what we're doing. We're looking to prove a point that arts can heal.
That space, that energy, that magic, that's already therapeutic in itself.
And that's what this New London Talent Show does. It allows young people to rip off labels that people put on them and come out of their own box or their own fears.
Look, know that you can do anything that you try to do with faith in the man above and power that's inside of you. They're trying to stop you, don't let them block you or lie to you. If you let them, then they're liable to silence you.
We could have been the stereotype. We could have been those people and fit the mold. The true measure of a person is how they respond to the negative things, how they respond to tragedy. And this is our response.
This place destroys fear, destroys it, and empowers young people.
We're back here at halftime. 2-point lead for the Plainfield Panthers over the Windham Whippets in what it was a well-played first half. Casey O'Neill and the sports doctor Keith O'Brien. And, you know, first half looked for a little while like maybe Plainfield was going to run away a little bit, but Windham did a nice job fighting back into it.
Yeah, 14-9 lead, and they were starting to dominate up front and, you know, knock down some shots. Then, you know, Windham find a way to scrap, manufacture some stuff, get on the break, and get some easy buckets in transition. And I think that Windham's going to have a lot more of that in the second half, Casey. And you see the deep three early by Irons, setting the tone and setting the pace early for Plainfield. Then off the bounce, the delivery by Ortiz. And again, you need a lot more of that, I do believe, out of Ortiz here in the second half. She's the leading scorer with 7. You know, Jenkins has got 4. And again, the touch by the big fella down low on the block. And that is one of the keys to this game as far as, you know, I think so, the bigs up front. Because that's too easy right there for Plainfield. A little more of that, and you got something cooking. Is Nordstrom from the outside, knocking one down. Back down to the other side. So when Plainfield had some good open looks, they cashed in on them. That time was Irons again. But, you know, Figueroa Prince found that little layup there and found a way to get Windham back in the game down the stretch. Jenkins from the outside, she has 4 points. And just like that, Windham finds themselves down by 2 coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, and you heard Coach Larange say that, you know, got to find a way to finish quarters better. And you saw it there. I mean, Plainfield from 2 minutes to 2 minutes, dominating the action, you know, surviving the pressure, doing well offensively. And then the last few minutes of each quarter, letting Windham kind of
hang around
back into it.
Yeah. Yep.
And you're right about Ortiz. Sienna Ortiz, you know, clearly is Windham's best scorer, most dynamic scorer, can, you know, inside and outside. So you saw Plainfield immediately put Nordstrom on her and guard her, face guard her wherever she is. Don't even want her to get the ball. On the other side of things, you know, Plainfield plays around the perimeter a little bit too much. Their best opportunities come when they get it into Janish's hands around the basket, because then they got Conger, Nordstrom, they crash the boards. And then, you know, Belial and Irons, if they're left out there, they're going to knock those threes down. But they really got to get Janish and Conger as many touches as possible. So Plainfield up 2 will have the ball to start the second half. They'll inbound right in front of our table. And we're almost underway as Irons will inbound it, and we are starting here in period number 3. Immediately pressure turned up here by Windham.
They look to trap. Wyndham's coming out here to a different look.
And you see Coach Larange wants a
timeout.
very quick timeout because that's one of those things where the pressure came right away. And unlike full court pressure, where's your ball going here? Half court pressure. Someone's open. Reverse and reverse, right?
It looked like a bit of a 1-3-1 look. Come and trap as soon as the ball is touched. So Coach Gonzalez trying to make the adjustment, and Plainfield coach calling a timeout. It's a good point.
Well, what this timeout is exactly that. All right, guys, they game at us with a 1-3-1, which means we need to space 2-1-2 is probably the, you know, what we're going to do, which means when the trap comes, diagonal back to the middle, middle, attack the basket, kick outs. But that's how are we gonna, dissect this pressure if it is a 1-3-1?
Right, and Coach Gonzalez is thinking to himself, if I start to sell out a little bit, could I get some turnovers and create some easy scoring opportunities? And ball pressure is coming right now for Windham.
Irons picks the dribble up. They're gonna run a little weave.
Giannis at the high post.
And Ortiz, I like Ortiz at the top of this too, because if she gets a tip, she's off to the races. There's a high screen. Nordstrom can't knock it down. Here comes Ortiz. She's gonna push. Look at her go, look at her go. Off to the races. Fouled at the basket, she'll shoot 2. And she can fly with the basketball as Sienna Ortiz.
Well, she was gonna make a play no matter what there. She had a head of steam, and she was either get 2 at the rim or get 2 shots at the line. She can move.
You cannot go lateral, east-west, against pressure that's looking to trap, because all you're going to do is dribble into a trap. When you get pressure on the outside, like Windham is doing, Windham is jumping and looking to trap on the perimeter, you must go north-south. You have to go. Best way to do it is to pass through it, but you have to go towards the basket. Otherwise, you're just dribbling it into the trap. Knocks down 1 of 2. And I think that you're going to see them back out of that 2-2-1, and you're going to start seeing this. It's a 1-2-2.
Yeah, they're ready to pick it up right there, too. As soon as that ball crosses half court, all 5 players for Windham above the foul line.
Which is why there's the there it is. Irons to the basket, scoop, can't get it to go. And she had Giannis. I think in the future she'd want that.
Jenkins
drives and blocked at the line. She's going to go to the line and shoot 2. So, all right, clearly the Windham message at halftime: attack.
Yep.
Attack defensively, attack offensively.
Yep. Pick up the pace. Let's try and dictate pace and tempo on both ends of the floor and go get it. And again, that pressure is going to leave them open on the back end. Like you said, we saw it on the other side with Giannis by the rim. But if you're not executing, there's going to be some opportunities for Windham, and we got a tie ball game.
Yeah, I mean, the energy level of Windham is what we were expecting all game long. This is what we were expecting from Windham, and now Plainfield's going to have to figure out how to match that intensity. You know they're going to pick you up here at halftime. Right. What do you got drawn up?
Here we go.
It's got to go to the middle of the basket. It's got to go to the middle, and it's got to go north-south. There's to the middle. Dump down, Belial. Bounce pass. That was well done. They couldn't finish, but it was well done. Rebound, Jenkins, here she goes.
She wants to push.
Left hand's too strong. And Belial comes out of the pack. Plainfield has numbers. Bounce pass, Irons. And the layup is good. Well done. Breaking the pressure. Plainfield off to the races, and looks like Lebezak got hit. She's going to come off. And
lost the contact, I think. Irons got 10 points, Casey, to lead the way for Plainfield. She can do it at the three-point line, and she can go to the 10 as well.
Yeah, Lebezak, I think you're right about the contact. She
lost the
back,
contact, yeah.
And so we're going to get Cotto into the ball game. But that time, Plainfield not only got out and ran, but finished. Gonzalez gets a screen, step back 3, short. Rebound, Conger. Irons is going to go. Pulls up her dribble.
Yeah.
And she's
great
pressured
job.
and harassed.
That's travel.
She gets it out, though. There's Belial, and we're going to get a foul from Jenkins. But you know what? Windham did what they wanted there. They flustered Plainfield.
Yeah, and I thought Irons got away with the travel. She fell down, tried to get up, and ball went backwards, got bailed out with a call. But I like the aggressiveness by Windham to come out to start the second half.
Dump back, Belial. She spins, and she bounces it off her foot.
Listen, traps and defensive pressure are coming from all areas on the floor. Not only up here once they cross half court, but nice job by Figueroa stepping in down by the sidelines over there.
Gonna put the ball in Figueroa Prince's hands. She's got that size advantage on Belial. Used that in the first half to get to the basket.
Yep.
Gonzalez spun. Irons got a hand on it, coming the other way now for Plainfield. Belial thought better of it. Tipped, stolen by Figueroa Prince. Here comes Jenkins. And a little too strong for Ortiz. Couldn't get there. and a missed opportunity for Windham.
It's a little sloppy right now, but I like the action. I will tell you that. Get up and down the floor, try and force tempo, force the issue. Try to get some easy buckets.
Get it to the middle. There it is, to the middle. Now attack, kick. Belial for 2. No good, weak side, but that's the way to get to it. And tipped out of bounds by Cotto. It'll stay here for Plainfield. Get the ball to the middle, attack the basket, either pull it up, kick it out. Plainfield, better looks.
Yeah.
Now you just got to finish the ball.
Sound like a coach. Sound like you've been on the sidelines a time or two.
Time or
haven't
two.
you? Yeah,
I'm no summer league champ or anything.
No.
Through irons his legs, and there goes Ortiz. Guess what? She's faster than you are. Crossover, left hand finish. Oh, Sienna Ortiz brings the crowd to life and a 1-point lead for Windham.
10 points for Ortiz. She's in double figures. For Coach Gonzalez.
Nice down to Janish on the baseline. A little turn, finish. Plainfield back on top. First half clearly a prelude. Nice bounce pass. Figueroa Prince, but travel by Cotto. I think the first half
Euro
was just
step there?
Nah,
Euro step?
If by Euro step you mean going from London to Venice, yeah, like that's a little too much.
Before you dribble?
That's a little too much.
All right, okay.
Flores will check back into the ball game. Ortiz will get a well-earned breather.
Yeah, quick blow.
Good ball movement by Plainfield this time. Irons picks up her dribble, swings it. Belial. And there's another turnover. Can't finish at the basket. Cotto had an opportunity there and a little too strong. Tipped out of bounds, and Andy Gonzalez is beside himself.
I think he's got a good argument there. I thought that was going to be Windham's ball. I think he was looking for a little bit of the harm down there in the bucket attempt, and then looking for the call on the out of bounds.
Libizak back in the ball game, found the contact.
Rotate him. A couple different bodies in and out now for Coach Gonzalez. Got to recognize he's pressing and trapping. Doesn't want his kids to get burned out and tired.
Conger back to Irons. Right, there's that trap. Belial goes baseline, hounded. Where the Windham doing another good job trapping.
Great job.
And a turnover. Possession arrow favors Windham, but
all right, every time a player turns around from Plainfield, a double team comes, a trap comes, you've got to find a way to kind of reverse the court, find that space on the back end and underneath the basket, Casey. It's there. They just got to find it.
I will say it again. If you go east-west, you're going to end up in a trap. You have to go north-south.
The Windham is quicker than Plainfield, too. I can tell you, they're quick.
Belial stepped out. They double-team Figueroa Prince. They got her hounded.
Ball. Watch the 5.
Windham will reset back up top. There goes Figueroa Prince to the basket and tried to bully her way there. Couldn't, but the tip comes to Jenkins. She can't get it to finish. Nordstrom with the rebound. Missed opportunity for Windham. Belial, nice look to Janish. Finishes at the basket. Good basketball from the Panthers.
That's easy breezy. Janish at the rim. 8 points for Janish. The delivery, the 2-footer.
You give it to her on her strong side near the basket,
all day,
and she finished.
Yep.
Back to a 3-point Plainfield lead. Figueroa Prince picks up her dribble. She's in some trouble. Oh, I thought that was backcourt. Another trap and a turnover. Ball's loose on the floor. That's going to be possession arrow Plainfield. Spate's going to check back into the ball game. And Gallo will also come into the ball game for Plainfield with 2:06 remaining. Look at them extend that pressure. Can't dribble through that. There it is again. There goes Ortiz. One-on-one with Irons. Foul, and the basket is good. Sienna Ortiz will go to the line and shoot the bonus.
She's going to let you know about it, too. A little woofing. The hoop in the harm for 22. Like, don't let her get in front of you with a head of steam, Casey. She knows what to do with the basketball. The quickness and the touch. Windham with a chance to tie.
Oh, nice hustle by the Whippets, tipped. And it'll stay here. A little extra effort from Ortiz. Step back three, short. Rebound comes out, Panthers. Irons being harassed. Pulls it back out. There comes the double, Belial. Nice look. Giannis finishes at the basket. Morgan Giannis stepping up for the Panthers.
Yeah, a little give and go and the dump down, the recognition off the trap, Casey. Textbook basketball for Plainfield. They're up by 3. And she can finish, too. She's just a sophomore out there. She knows what to do with the rock.
Here's the end of that quarter. That Plainfield said they got to do a better job finishing. And Jenkins is going to be fouled by Belial out in the perimeter. She'll shoot 2. Foul away from the, I mean, that's too far out from the basket to foul. So 2 shots for Anaya Jenkins. Nordstrom will get back into the ball game. She'll give Gallo a rest. 1 more for Jenkins. Tell you what, she can shoot the basketball from the line. Very nice.
6 for 6 from the line.
Cuts the lead to 1. And here's, you know, with this pressure that you know you're going to see here now.
Jenkins 6 for 6 from the line with 8 points total. How's that for production?
Good look, good steal. Ortiz trapped in the corner and dribbles on the line. But that's good pressure right there. And Sienna Ortiz is so quick to the basketball.
Like a free safety out there, just covering ground, step it in, challenging passing lanes.
Giannis. Soft touch. Gets it to go.
12 points for Giannis. She's a tough cover, either in the paint with the pull-up or at the rim. Big juncture of the game right here, 30 seconds in the quarter.
Figueroa Prince, step in just inside the 3. Nice tip, Giannis, out to Irons, 20 seconds. Irons pushes all the way to the basket. We're gonna get a foul away from the basket. Now in hockey, right, that's a play, you let that one go. Penalty doesn't get called right away. I would suggest that Irons would probably say, no foul there, let me get to the basket.
The delayed penalty in hockey?
Yeah,
let it go.
Delay, I would try that out in basketball. Yeah. 15 seconds, Plainfield be content here taking a 3-point lead in and a last shot. Irons, swings, Nordstrom, 5 seconds remaining. Belial, dump down, Spate, can't get it to go, and that's gonna get us to the end of 3. 3-point lead for the Panthers, 4th quarter action. It's anybody's game. Come on back, you're watching Game Day Live, day.com.
Pave the way for your students' financial success with a MySci account from Scient. Open a high-yield MySci savings account today and help support a positive financial future for your student. Visit scientfcu.org to learn more. Game Day is brought to you by Waterford Dental Health. At Waterford Dental Health, we provide solutions to all of your dental needs. Your smile is our top priority. Visit us today at waterforddentalhealth.com and by Core Plus Credit Union. Love the home you're in? Well, borrow based on the finished value of your home before your renovations begin. Apply today at coreplus.org.
we're back, about to start the fourth quarter. You see the next game coming up, Bacon Academy and the New London High School Whalers. The crowd's starting to filter in, and they're going to see a fourth quarter here with action yet to come. A 3-point Panther lead, Plainfield on top of Windham as we're ready to start this fourth quarter action. Sports Doctor, I mean, we saw Windham come out of into the third quarter with a haymaker of pressure. Plainfield appears to sort of weathered that. What do you got here for the fourth quarter?
Oh, I got the same pressure if I'm Windham, and Casey, keep bringing it. And if I'm Plainfield, I got to find Giannis a lot more. I mean, she could catch and do things with the basketball in the paint or at the rim. I mean, use your size, beat that press, beat that trap, find your bigs going to the rim. And get some easy buckets. For Windham, their easy buckets are going to have to come in the form of transition. Turnovers, Ortiz and Jenkins getting up and down the floor.
Figueroa Prince gives it to Gonzalez. Wants the screen, gets it, step back three, just short. Irons with the rebound, and she was heading off to the races, but she was fouled. She has been in a battle. Addie Gonzalez and Hannah Irons have been in a
toe-to-toe.
Oh, they've been physical too. I mean,
toe-to-toe.
Oh yeah. Hannah Irons plays basketball the way that you would expect someone who the last name of Irons is supposed to play. She plays with iron intent. Giannis all the way at basket, no foul. Good defense by Levisak, and the other way she comes.
Got numbers here.
Ortiz kicks it out. Jenkins with a long three. Got it.
Boy, I like the recognition that time from Ortiz. Jenkins was trailing and knocks it down. Tie ball game. And every time Windham makes a big shot on offense, Casey, they get energized on the defensive end.
Pelayo tries to dump it down. And we're going to get a turnover coming the other direction. It'll be Windham basketball.
Such as this game, momentum is a fickle thing, and right now, let's see if Windham can ride that a little bit. If their offense is energized off their defense, they knock down a big three, and out of that possession here to take the lead. Get your players some touches, get them involved. Jenkins, Ortiz, Gonzalez with a deep three. She's still trying to find a range on that. That's a foul.
No foul called, so they went down on her own.
Oh, that was
she
a
can't
foul.
believe it. She's saying she got pushed.
That was a foul.
Officials say no, that she came down hard on her own. Hand went on the end line. You're saying you thought she was pushed. It was a foul.
Absolutely.
I think the crowd agrees with you on that.
Yeah,
That's
a couple, 2-3 guys behind me, maybe, yeah.
Well, they're wearing Windham gear, though.
Okay.
I think Plainfield saying that's an unfortunate circumstance where she slipped and fell on the sideline.
And the guys behind me with the
purple, Windham shirt on.
The Windham shirt on, going bananas.
He was not very happy about that.
Sure.
Pulled up her dribble.
Tough
dangerous,
place to pick it up.
And a nice save. And a no foul there either. Turnover. Now it's Plainfield's turn to get all upset. And Giannis comes up, hobbled a little bit.
Let's Figueroa's dad to your left, maybe. Fired up. Look at him. I love it.
Clearly not invested whatsoever in the outcome of this.
No.
I gotta talk to him about having a little more energy.
Yeah.
We're going to timeout Windham with 6:17 remaining. We're all tied up. This timeout brought to you by Groton City Utilities. As a leader in southeastern Connecticut, providing essential electric, water, and other services at prices which reflect exceptional customer value. Let's take a look at how this game got tied.
Deep three by Jenkins. A little recognition that time from Ortiz. Gonzalez is a 1,000-point scorer for Windham, so, she's just a little bit short on those jump shots from the outside. Maybe take a step in, and if she can get cooking, Casey, she will add an extra little dimension to this offense. Because right now, it's either all Jenkins or Ortiz.
Go Windham, they're fired up. Crowd's getting into it. Sports Doctor, what I love about these games is we get all of the celebrities come out tonight. So Mitchell College baseball coach and proud Plainfield fan, Travis Beausoleil is in. Okay. Now, I mean, granted, that's a Northeast thing. You root for your Northeastern folks up there. He's here. Unfortunately, he took a picture of me, and I get balder every single time.
And you're complaining about the equipment here at the Mohegan.
No,
so
I would never complain about that. I got a headset without any pads on it. And you pointed out it's on my scalp. We got my soccer protege and Colin Delaney, the guy that makes me sound good in soccer. He's saying that.
And smart.
Well, listen, he makes me look good in soccer. And then I want to give a special shout out at Notre Dame. Our guy Jake Irons is watching right now because younger sister Hannah is looking to lead Plainfield to this championship. He's out at Notre Dame right now. He wanted to come home. He wanted to come home for this one.
Just tune in the game day. You don't have to, son.
That's right. That's what I told him. I said, get a good fan.
Deep
long
three.
She wants that long three. She's been stepping back farther and farther. She has not gotten one. But if Addie Gonzalez hits one of those, that could be the difference maker.
That's backcourt.
Off to the races. It goes Jenkins on her own. And Windham has the lead. The pressure getting to Plainfield.
And they're coming with more pressure. Look at this. They've extended it to beyond half court now.
Swing. Nordstrom kicks back to Irons. All the way across. Dump down. Janisch spins. Good footwork. That's a nice basket by Morgan Janisch.
Tough catch and delivery. The reversal of the basketball case. He beat the defense on the back end. Janisch gets open and delivers. 13 points for Janisch.
Figueroa Prince can't get it to go. Rebound comes back out. Back to Figueroa Prince. She'll launch an NBA three. Back iron, and Irons with the rebound. 1-on-3, and a nice job weak side. And then a tie-up. Possession arrow favors Plainfield. So Irons didn't see Levisak coming in, and she knocked it free, but then she retied her up.
Levisak is sneaky coming on the back end trying to steal that basketball.
Yeah, you got it. You know, Levisak came back and got that tip, and then Irons immediately said, I got to rip this one down. So she tied her up and got the ball back. They can get it down to the Janisch again if they can. Bad pass that time by Nordstrom. There goes Ortiz. Oh, a little hesitation, let Irons fly by, and Sienna Ortiz puts Windham back up too. A little hesitation move from the senior.
Yeah, 14 points for the senior trying to go out in style here at the Mohegan Sun.
Belial swings to Irons. Irons tries to get through. Oh, nice look, can't get it to go. Missed opportunity, big time missed opportunity that time for Plainfield. Conger had the layup, and it just was an unfavorable rim.
Figueroa scrapping, hitting the floor. Conger picks up the foul, and Plainfield wants to call timeout. And think about it a little bit. Down by 2 at the Sun.
Timeout Plainfield. They're down 2. We're starting to get closer. 4:18, where every basket becomes more important, and it's been on the face of that defense. That 2-2-1 half-court pressure has really, really bothered.
Yeah, you talked about the adjustment and the words delivered by Coach Gonzalez at halftime were, let's be aggressive, let's go get it, let's trap everything. And believe me, they're selling out on a trap on the defensive end, and Plainfield just not fast enough to move the ball, reverse the basketball, and get themselves some easy looks.
You know, when Plainfield goes north-south and when they find Janisch, they tend to have good luck down there. The problem is that the ball handlers, Irons and Belial, are finding themselves too often on the wings, which is where that pressure becomes even more dangerous. Two-point game, 4:18, crunch time here at the Sun.
Spirited crowd.
Yeah, we like the energy.
Spirited
crowd. A lot
crowd.
of energy. Game 1 of 2. 8 o'clock tonight, we're tipping off New London and Bacon Academy in the Division I final. And that should be a real good one. If it lives up to this one, it makes for quite a championship night here at the Mohegan Sun. 2-point lead and the basketball for the Whippets. Three. Figueroa gave it over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez again with that long three.
Still can't find the mark.
Close, but not yet. Irons, harassed, turns it over. Ortiz comes out of the pack.
Numbers.
Windham has numbers ahead. Jenkins. And it's a 4-point Whippet lead. Ortiz, the senior, to Jenkins, the freshman.
And Jenkins has got 15 and has delivered the goods here in the second half for Coach Andy Gonzalez.
There's the trap. Find the middle. Kick out. 3 back iron. Irons with the rebound. Put back. What a nice, smart play. Hannah Irons, weak side, and knocks it down.
12 for Irons. Casey saying not so fast. Windham. We're still in the ball game, down by a bucket.
Windham's had some problems. That's the other problem with that pressure. Weak side rebounding. You got to get a body on someone weak side. Windham taking a little air out as we're under 3 minutes. Figueroa Prince.
Got to get rid of it.
She drives to the basket, turns the corner, out deep. There's a 3. Front iron, a little too.
Look at Figueroa scrapping, huh?
And a tie-up.
Windham basketball.
Figueroa Prince has just been absolutely scrappy. You named it. Senior. She says, I want this championship in my senior year. And Andy Gonzalez. Pressure, 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 pressure.
Yeah.
She'll inbound. Underneath. Finds Ortiz. Ortiz is fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
That was too easy that time, and the recognition by Figueroa Prince to find Ortiz slipping off that screen, Casey, and seeing Ortiz again in a position to score points. That's what scorers do, a position to score points. You're not going to make the layup, but you're going to be at the line to shoot 2.
First
Smooth.
one's good, yep.
Smooth.
Big one here now, making a 2-possession game.
I mean, Ortiz and Jenkins have carried the load on the offensive end for Windham in this ballgame. Inside and outside, hustle points, you name it.
That one's off the side. Strong rebound, Janish. 3-point game. There's how you break it. Kick. Open 3. Back iron a little strong from Nordstrom.
It's a good look. Nordstrom had it, point blank. Here comes the defensive pressure now. Got to beat it.
There goes Ortiz. She's just too
blow
quick.
By, yeah, blow by.
All the way to the basket. And, oh, she can't get it to go. Sienna Ortiz.
The blow by, 5 steps, and she's at the rim. Crunch time here. Under 2 to go.
Into the middle.
Travel.
Travel there by Conger because she had to go to the ground. Another turnover.
That's a good call. Lebezak, good defense there. Again, the recognition and the help is coming from all areas of the floor, and the big stick from Plainfield. Once you get the ball down low, forget about it.
And a foul. Nordstrom fouls Figueroa Prince in the backcourt. That's the 3rd on Nordstrom, and looks like Figueroa Prince is going to shoot a one-on-one here.
Haley Flores entering the game. Alyssa Figueroa Prince to the line, shooting 1-on-1.
Misses the front end of the one-on-one. Janish with the rebound. Belial harassed, double teams, tipped, and
turnover.
And then a turnover in the other direction as Figueroa Prince went to the ground hard. 125, 3-point lead for Windham. Plainfield with the ball. And what a physical game we have going on out there, and the officials are letting them play. I think Plainfield needs to get Janish a touch if they can. Here comes the trap. A tap foul on Belial away from the basket. That's Levisak. Timeout. Windham. So Plainfield will have the ball. 118, down 3. I think you got to try to get Janusz a touch, and this game's going to end up going to the foul line both directions.
Yeah, I think you're probably right there. You know, the defensive pressure for Windham is just basically taking Plainfield out of everything they want to do in this ballgame. I mean, just, you know, outside of a couple of looks by Janusz at the rim, I mean, they haven't knocked down any three-pointers, and it's been the tail of the game here in the second half. Pressure.
You know, to me, the pressure, the brilliance of the half-court pressure, right? Because the full court pressure, when Plainfield broke it, allowed them to settle into the half court. It's this half court pressure that has changed the dynamic of the game. Yeah, they've given up a couple of easy looks, but Plainfield has not settled into their offense well at all here in the second half. In the corner, open 3, back iron, Conger with the rebound, tie up, possession arrow, Plainfield.
Listen, we've seen that set piece again off the timeout where Plainfield got their shooter in the corner in Nordstrom, and she just couldn't knock it down.
And both times,
they called timeout again.
Both times, good shots,
good
right
looks.
on point, just, you know, not able to go, and Coach Larange will call a timeout.
Yep. Nordstrom, the sophomore, 5'6", and again has the ability to knock that shot down, but she's had a couple of really clean looks in the last 2 minutes and just get a little long or a little short either way.
You know, Plainfield, not a senior-laden team. You know, Belial's there and Conger are the two seniors, but a lot of younger kids on the roster.
Yep.
Whereas you look at Windham and, you know, Gonzalez, Ortiz, and Figueroa Prince, those 3 seniors leading the way. And, you know, these are the games where that senior leadership, they remember the taste that they got. They got to, you know, they're back again is Windham. Plainfield's going to need somebody, we said in the pregame. Who's stepping up? Bobcat Nation's here. They're going to be ready to step it up in the next one against New London. That's our 8 o'clock game.
4 out here. Look for 15, dive into the basket, a 3-point shot for 24.
Irons had an open look 3. Instead, Nordstrom was short. It got tipped. Figueroa Prince now.
Got to get rid of it.
She spins into a double team, gets it to Ortiz. Up ahead and a tip. Janusz stepped out, but it'll stay with the Whippets. Open look, Ortiz, Ortiz, Ortiz open at the basket, and the Whippets are up 5 and tasting victory.
17 points for Ortiz.
And a turnover.
Plainfield's got a foul now.
And we're gonna get a foul. Ortiz will go to the line. And with 33 seconds remaining, the Whippet faithful are feeling it. They are moments away from a Division II championship.
Yes.
And Addie Ortiz is like, Dad.
Calm down, yeah.
Calm it down, she's at the line. Let's go, calm it down. And Ortiz calmly knocks it down.
18 points.
As you'd expect a senior to do. One more for senior Sienna Ortiz. And knocks
pretty
both
smooth
down.
there, huh? No pressure there, huh? Smooth, senior. Nothing but nylon on the free throws.
Nordstrom.
No fouls. Get out of the way, no fouls.
Kicks it across. Iron straightaway 3, short. And it'll be Windham ball down with 22 seconds remaining. Down 7.
Possession game.
Yep, time is running out on Plainfield.
Well, nickel dimer on Janusz. Stop the clock.
Get Levisak to the line.
Well, you talk about the path traveled. You've got to go put a whipping on Lyman in the quarterfinals. They beat them by 33 points, 60-27. And then pick off the number 2 seed in Stonington, 35-34. And it's a great job by Plainfield empties the bench.
Yeah.
And, you know, good for those kids, they fought really hard. But, you know, Windham's run the gauntlet here down the stretch of the season to get here and earn this victory. And earn it they did. This is the rubber match between these two teams, and a nice job here by Windham coming on and winning the game.
And so give credit to Coach John Larange, Emily Smith, Taylor Ann Keefe, Hannah Pearson, Serena Devine, and Ashley Conger. The 5 got in there at the end of this ball game.
Yep.
He put it, so that's the concession, down 7. That's the concession to Windham, that they're going to let this thing run out. But you're talking about Windham's road here. It was really about surviving Stonington.
That's exactly what it was.
They found a way to win
Yeah.
that game. You know, Plainfield, they thought they were going to have a hard time with Montville, but because the size of Montville, and instead they had a much easier. They won 2 games playing really well.
And they're 3 games against Stonington this year, Casey. They won 48-41. Then they won 59-57 and 35-34. So you talked about Stonington being a 2 seed. Well, Windham was a thorn in their side all year long.
1-1 here for Windham. No good. Devine with the rebound. Off it goes to Hannah Pearson. Dumped in. Conger. And a soft touch for Ashley Conger. Down to 5. And that's going to be your final score. Congratulations to the Windham Whippets. They are the Division II champions of the ECC. Andy Gonzalez, seniors Addie Gonzalez, Sienna Ortiz, and Alyssa Figueroa Prince are champions in Division II, and they're dancing on center court at the Sun. John Larange and the Plainfield Panthers, a game effort. They had the lead much of the game, just couldn't handle the pressure late from Windham. He will say goodbye to senior Carly Belisle, senior Allison Conger, and the Plainfield Panthers will be back again next year, a very talented squad. Game efforts from Hannah Irons and Morgan Yanish, but a little too much Whippets. Bill Glennie, your public address announcer, with post-game awards.
Field number 13, Carly Belisle. And from Plainfield, number 15, Morgan Yanish. Joining them on the all-tournament team from Windham, number 11, Addie Gonzalez. Number 3, Anaya Jenkins. And your tournament most outstanding player, number 22, Sienna Ortiz. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to direct your attention to center court, where ECC Basketball Commissioner Jim Bunicor will present the championship trophy to head coach Andrew Gonzalez and the Windham Whippets.
Coach Andy Gonzalez, as well as our Waterford Dental Health Player of the Game, Sienna Ortiz, as they celebrate a 5-point victory here in the championship game of the Mohegan Sun. Sports Doctor, a happy pair of Whippets. Andy Gonzalez and Sienna Ortiz.
I tell you what a great victory here. I'm sure you're very proud of your kids, but I got to know, what was the adjustment you guys made at halftime?
Well, first of all, congratulations to Plainfield on making it this far. John does an amazing job with his girls. They are such an improved team from the beginning of the year. At halftime, we just talked about finishing the 32 minutes. We've talked all year about giving energy and attitude for 32 minutes, and I thought our half-court trap, the intensity really changed the game.
You had a chance. You had trouble scoring in the first half, and it seemed like that pressure led to easy buckets, led by some great guard play.
Yeah, so that's another point on the board in there. It says turnovers to points. Sienna's getting out and running the court, finishing layups, because we knew once we got into the half court, their defense is really solid.
Well, she's on Waterford Dental Health Player of the Game. All smiles, Sienna Ortiz. What did Coach talk about coming into this game tonight?
Coach talked about just having fun, playing the game, don't overthink it. Like, we're in a whole nother place, but this is our same game we always been playing. So,
you know, with COVID last year and your senior year, how special is this night on this floor with your teammates?
it's insanely special. This honestly is like once in a lifetime type of thing, so it's so cool. Yeah.
Great job, 19 points out of your senior leader, and talked about this 4 years ago. You had a chance to do this over at NFA, and now you did it here at the Mohegan Sun.
Yeah, to come full circle with this special group of seniors, it's amazing, it's well-deserved. They're hard workers, they're great teammates, they're good student athletes. I couldn't be prouder of this group.
All right, Windham's in the house, Casey. Game 1 in the books, Division II ECC champs. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Class act, Andy Gonzalez, and a happy group of Whippets. Now go join your team, Coach. Go join your team, MVP Sienna Ortiz. You are the champions of the ECC Division II, as Gonzalez, class act, giving credit to Coach John LaRange in Plainfield. But really, Ortiz set the tone for Windham all the way. She was so quick to the basket, scoring and layups. You know, Plainfield hung in. Janusz was so good around the basket. She finished. But at the end, Ortiz's jets, too much to handle. She scores over irons, goes to the line, and you sensed Windham had something going. But Plainfield wasn't going away. Janusz kept scoring around the basket when they broke pressure. But at the end of it all, it was the senior Ortiz. Too many layups, too much speed, and the turnovers as Windham got out and ran. And Jenkins, the freshman from the senior, as she almost passed the torch tonight, did Ortiz as she finishes as the player of the tournament and player of the game. A little bit of everything from the senior as the Windham Whippets win a 5-point victory. Sports Doctor.
Yeah.
Sports Doctor, it was a great victory. Class act by Andy Gonzalez.
Sure.
If this is the tone we're setting tonight, when we're off to a good start.
Yeah, game 2 should be a lot of fun, huh?
So congratulations to Windham, 5-point victory, Andy Gonzalez. Now we're on to the nightcap, 8 o'clock tip. Come on back again, but we're going to have the #1 team in the league all year long, Bacon Academy, versus the #2 team in the year all year long, New London High School. They played once. Bacon beat them. New London didn't have its best player. I promise you, Coach Millsaps has been reminding them all week they haven't seen the real New London, and Coach Shea's going to have his hands full tonight.
Hey, get your popcorn ready, because game 2 is going to be showtime here at the Mohegan Sun.
One more to do. Come on back. You've been watching Game Day live on theday.com.
The following is a presentation of The Day.
The best of the best. Number 1 versus number 2. Meet Bacon Academy and New London. Bacon Academy has been the best team in the ECC all year, undefeated in conference and champions of the regular season. At 20-2, they are the team to beat. New London is 18-3, with only 1 loss in conference, to Bacon Academy. After that loss, they have won 13 of 14 and 11 straight. Bacon coach John Shea has the makings of a championship team, with star junior Marissa Nudd's dynamic play, senior Val Lutzy's leadership, and emerging freshman Caitlin Novak. Bacon has overcome injuries and illness all year. Can they overcome a hot Whalers team? New London coach Tammy Millsaps remembers that loss to Bacon without superstar junior Nalise Dudley, and knows her team has what it takes to win the rematch. Senior guard Zanisha Croft is playing her best basketball, and freshman Serenity Lancaster is dominating the paint. Dudley is a difference maker on both ends, and the Whalers want to avenge that loss. Can Bacon keep the top spot and hold off the charging Whalers? Or will the rematch go green and gold? We find out. It's the Bobcats and the Whalers, the best of the best, for the championship of Division I.
Titan versus Titan, 1 versus 2, the best of the best, and it's all live at Mohegan Sun, the Division I championship of the ECC girls basketball, and it's all live on Game Day. Game Day is brought to you by Scient Federal Credit Union. Pave the way for your students' financial success with a MySci account from Scient. Open a high-yield MySci savings account today and help support a positive financial future for your student. Visit scientfcu.org to learn more. Casey O'Neill, along with the sports doctor Keith O'Brien. We saw Windham with a hard-fought victory over Plainfield in Game 1. Tonight, in the 8 o'clock, we step it up. 2 best teams all year long, and storylines galore.
Yeah, the heavyweight division takes center stage, Casey. 1 versus 2, 38-5 combined record, by the way, by these 2 schools. And, you know, you talk about the standard, the green and gold standard in the past state championships, and you can talk about past state championships for Bacon Academy. But I think we all thought that this was the game that we were going to see here tonight. Great storylines left and right. 2 storied coaches, you know, in their respective programs, boys program, girls programs for John Shea. Tammy Millsaps, we know her deal as well. So this is going to be a fun 4 quarters of basketball.
Both these teams better than we thought they were going to be to start the year.
Yeah.
We knew they were going to be good. But, I mean, think about this. New London has lost 3 times. They lost out of conference in a game, you know, against White Plains, New York.
Out of state.
And
yeah.
they lost to powerhouse
Fairfield,
Notre Dame
yeah.
and Fairfield.
Yeah.
In conference, they're only lost to Bacon Academy without their best player, and we'll talk about that. Bacon, on the other side, lost to E.O. Smith, ranked.
Yeah.
Ram, ranked.
Ranked, yeah.
So these 2 teams, not only have they not lost often, but when they've lost, it's been big-time
the teams maybe who they were supposed to lose to, and, you know, done yeoman's work and handiwork and then beat everybody else along the way. And, you know, I think that this is what the beautiful thing about this tournament is. When you get the 2 best teams in the final at the Mohegan Sun, which team comes out on top? You talked about the storylines. You talked about some of the matchups. This could be a hot ball game tonight.
Well, when Bacon Academy beat New London earlier in the year, New London didn't have Nalise Dudley.
Right.
That's a huge difference maker. Let's turn it over to the voice of the ECC tournament, Bill Glennie, for our announcements.
The exit nearest to you. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please exit calmly, follow all instructions provided to you. The ECC, along with the CIAC, has made a commitment to promote sportsmanship in all athletic contests. Please show respect for all players, coaches, game officials, and spectators. Anyone violating our standards of sportsmanship will be warned once, and continued violations may lead to a removal from the contest. Please cheer for your team and not against your opponent. Like to remind fans that there is no re-entry into tonight's event. We'd also like everybody to sit back and enjoy our championship Division I girls final.
They were without Louise Dudley the last time they played. Now, Dudley is, in the
run. 28 the other night in the semifinal game.
Yeah, I mean, she's in the running for Player of the Year in the ECC. So you're talking about arguably the best player, most important player in the conference, and they played them without her. When she's there, it changes everything that New London does. It's another big body that goes along with Serenity Lancaster. It's also she's defensively.
Right.
So her and Marissa Nudd are going to be going at each other all night tonight, and that's the matchup that I think everyone is pointing to. But really, it's going to be the pressure that the New London guards, because they are as aggressive, whether it's Olivia Good, Jemiah Beto, or Zanasia Croft, they are as aggressive as any guards you're going to see. Bacon's going to be without one of their guards, Ashley Lazat, and so it's really about how much can Val Lutzy and freshman Caitlin Novak handle that pressure.
Right, New London's going to bring the pressure. Obviously we've seen New London play a couple games together this year, and that's what they do. Pressure basketball, turnovers, get out and run, knock down a few three-pointers. That is their MO. And plus, when you sprinkle in a Dudley along the way, it's going to make things very, very difficult for Bacon. But, John Shea's been here before, and he's got a good group behind him. And this game is full of stars, Casey. And I think the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game, who sets the tone, is going to be very important in tonight's game.
It's not often that the team that has the lesser record, who also lost to the other team, is the favorite. I think
you give New London a little edge here?
I think New London with Dudley a little bit of an edge. I mean, let's be clear. They've won 11 straight, 13 of 14 since that loss to Bacon. And she's a huge difference maker. Bacon without Lazat, down a guard. And it's not that Bacon can't. I mean, I'm talking about this should be a point either way.
Right.
But I've watched Bacon. They struggled. When we saw that Ledyard game, they struggled with some of Ledyard's pressure.
Right.
They struggled a little bit with NFA. They were slow out the gates against NFA. They beat Waterford, struggled, but that pressure that New London's going to put on them, I'm going to be curious to see how they hold up against it, how they stand up to it. But I'm excited because I think these are clearly the two best teams.
Yeah.
And we've got the matchup we were hoping for.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready for some good big-time basketball here, and nothing surprises me in this game either way. So they're two evenly matched teams. Which team that limits turnovers, knocks down shots, and does all the little things will win tonight's game. That's a cliche, but it is what it is.
Well, I mean, you've got the two best teams. Dudley and Nudd are, prohibitive favorites in the Player of the Year kind of a thing.
Going at it,
What's better than that? All right, Bill Glennie, take us home.
Division I Girls Basketball Championship game. Game number 2 tonight features the top seed as the number 2 seeded Whalers of New London take on your number 1 seed Bacon Academy Bobcats. Fans, before we meet tonight's starting lineup, I'd like to address your attention to the big board as we meet tonight's players in tonight's game, sponsored by Game Day.
Ashley Lazat, Colchester Elementary School.
Olivia Teller, Colchester Elementary School.
Grace Aldana, Irving School of Derby.
Emily Farina, Colchester Elementary School.
Ari Nair, Karen Cardinals Elementary School.
Valerie Lutzy, Colchester Elementary School.
Caitlin Novak, CES.
Marissa Nudd, Colchester Elementary School.
Kara Shea, Karen Cardinals Elementary School.
Elizabeth Glover, Colchester Elementary School.
Emma Mancuso, Colchester Elementary. Veronica Smith, Colchester Elementary School.
Olivia Good, IDCS.
Jemiah Beto, CB Jennings Elementary School.
Zanasia Croft, Nathan Hale.
Nalise Dudley, John Moriarty.
Brittany Ville, St. Joseph School.
Kiani Olga, Jennings Elementary.
Italia Sauls, RMMS.
Darielis Arnold, Jennings Elementary.
Serenity Lancaster, Winthrop Elementary School.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet our contenders. First, we begin with the number 2 seed New London. A win over Ledyard punched their ticket to Mohegan, sporting their Whaler green jerseys with gold and white trim. They are led by head coach Tammy Millsaps and are currently 19-3 on the season. Make some noise, Whaler fans. It's time to meet your starting 5. Starting at forward, a 6'1" freshman, number 15, Serenity Lancaster. Starting at forward, a 5'11" junior, number 4, Nalise Dudley. Starting at guard, a 5'5" senior, number 3, Zanasia Croft. Starting at guard, a 5'7" senior, number 2, Jemiah Badeau. And starting at guard, a 5'8" senior, number 1, Olivia Good. Ladies and gentlemen, that leads us to the top-seeded Bobcats. A win over Waterford sent them to the sun, wearing their white jerseys with blue trim. Bacon is 21-2 on the season and led by head coach John Shea. Here we go, Bobcat fans. Let's introduce your starting 5. Starting at guard, a 5'7" sophomore, number 11, Emily Farino. Starting at guard, a 5'8" senior, number 13, Valerie Lutzy. Starting at forward, a 5'11" junior, number 31, Marissa Nudd. Starting at forward, a 5'7" sophomore, number 32, Kara Shea. And starting at center, a 5'11" senior, number 42, Emma Mancuso. Ladies and gentlemen, your officials tonight are Mr. Dan Henderson, Mr. Chad Cooney, and Mr. Todd Morgan. At this time, we'd ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Tonight's anthem is being performed by Ledyard High School senior Matt Borganon. He will be starring in Ledyard High School's production of Newsies, March 24th through the 26th. Tickets are available at ledyardmusic.com.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, sports doctor.
That kid's good, huh?
Yeah, he
got some pipes on him, huh?
You don't see a lot of male solo high school kids coming out, and he nailed it, and I'm proud of all the work. I went over before the game to both cheerleading sections, and I said, you know, guys, so proud of you all on Saturday.
Yeah.
New London overcoming some obstacles, Bacon, the same. I said I couldn't be prouder of this group. These two schools obviously mean a lot to me, but
sure.
From a game day perspective, these two schools have provided us a lot of really good basketball over the past few years as well. So let's tip it off, and Nudd will jump it up against Lancaster. Mancuso, a big return for Bacon, but she's still getting into playing shape. Keep an eye on her up and down this big floor.
Yeah, both these teams have crept their way into the top 10. London number 9 and Bacon number 10 in the state. And let's go for some basketball. A little 2-3 zone matchup here for the Bobcats.
Team with a better record who beat the team ranked below the team.
Yes.
Okay, voters. I'm out of
copy. I see. London's 10 and Bacon's 9 in the state. There you go.
That makes a little more
I
sense.
got some misinformation.
And I
Maybe.
think that, but I think that makes sense. I mean, they think they really
yes,
are
that's
those
right.
two.
That is correct. Yes.
Coach Millsaps wanted a timeout, and she didn't get it. She is
Is it
fired.
timeout after the first offensive possession after 27 seconds?
I don't think she liked something she saw. So New London with the possession. They almost turned it over, but didn't. Now we're going to come back here. Beto for 3, no, side iron, and the long rebound goes out of bounds. And it will be Bacon ball. And so you're going to get Beto coming out of the game. Quick sub, Italia Sauls into the game.
Quick hook for Beto.
Up on top now with Good. Look for Croft. She's been playing really good basketball. Kick out for 3 for Good. Good! Name says it all, 3-0 Whalers. Shea, Bacon in the home white. And that's a great matchup. Dudley is on Nudd. Down low, they find Lutzy. Basket is good, and the foul. Good look, and Val Lutzy comes right back for the Bobcats.
Yeah, beat that little pressure on the backside. Hit Lutzy for 2 on the back end, the hoop and the harm, Casey. Here's a look at it. Cross-court pass. The delivery, a little ticky-tack foul. We'll get you in line to shoot 1.
And that foul's a touch foul, like you said. Mancuso with the offensive rebound in the left hand. Finish for the Bobcats.
A little skyhook with the left.
Whalers going to try to attack that 2-3 zone. Got to get Dudley the touches as best you can. They're swinging it around the perimeter, though. High pass underneath. Basket cannot go down somehow. Dudley didn't get it to go, and Shea comes out the other side for the Bobcats. That was all 3/4 way down.
Yep. Couldn't move without the basketball at the time by Dudley. Good recognition, just couldn't finish. Straight man-to-man defense here for New London.
Lutzy, nice look. Shea short on the jumper. Mancuso goes up with Lancaster, and it goes off Mancuso. It'll be Whaler ball. Lutzy's, I can already see they want to take advantage of Lutzy's size on the smaller guards. And so she's going to have the ball a lot on the perimeter, and you already see some size advantage. Mancuso's
going to bang. She is going to bang. She's going to bring the lunch pail, everything. She's going to try and create second-chance scoring opportunities and be disruptive.
A couple of big-time volleyball players, Mancuso, Dudley, some people we've seen elsewhere. There's Dudley. Croft will drive. Nice look to Lancaster cutting at the basket.
Yeah. That's a good dish that time by Croft. The recognition. Get things organized out there. Settle down to give it and go. Easy buckets for New London.
Shea heads to the basket. Can't get it to finish. Lancaster with the rebound. Gives it up to Croft. Good job by Croft.
Yep.
Disrupting.
Coach wants to push, too. Coach Millsap says, let's push it up the floor.
Croft with Lutzy. Now it's Farino. Dump down. Kick out. A steal. Nudd coming out of the pack. Nudd will hold it up. Give it to Lutzy.
You want to try to find some space on the end line, Casey.
Nudd spins. Can't get it to go. Tipped. Saved underneath. And Nudd puts it home. Sometimes when Coach Millsap puts her hands up to calm things down,
right.
I think she means herself.
Yeah.
I mean, is there a more are there two more intense coaches than these two? Dudley for 3, short. Look at Mancuso just bang.
Good box out.
Lancaster out of the way.
London settles, gets back on defense pretty good.
Good look underneath. Lutzy spins, uses the left hand, and finishes. Val Lutzy with a strong move at the basket.
Yeah, tough matchup using the left. Circle it around the cylinder. Send it in with the kiss. And she can move without the basketball, too. Makes herself available. You know, Bacon does a good job settling into that zone. And then London trying to figure things out a little bit.
Bacon long up with the 2 guards. Farino and Lutzy very long with the arms. Dump down, Lancaster, and Mancuso said, hey, freshman, I'm a senior. This is my time.
Just going to hold my ground here.
Let's, you know.
Take up some space, not on my watch.
That was what she said right there. Freshman, no, freshman. Lancaster will have her opportunities, though. Dump down to Dudley. Spin.
Tough.
And that's a good move from Annalise Dudley.
Yep, tough. Catch the ball, defender on her hip. The scoop shot for 2.
Lutzy pulled up her dribble. In some trouble now.
5.
Finds a cutting Shea, but it goes out of bounds. It'll be a turnover in Whaler basketball.
You know, you talk about the offensive move on one end by Dudley, kind of energizing things on the defensive end, Casey. When your star player gets involved, it gets in the mix and knows what to do with the basketball, you crank things up on the defensive end, you get a turnover. Dudley is, boy, she will make this team go. And, you know, when she catches the basketball, she knows exactly what to do with it.
Beto's back in the ball game. Sauls takes a seat. Olivia for 3. Can't get the rebound. Nice job, Mancuso, with the box out. Lutzy pushing.
Let's switch off that high screen and roll.
Farino in the corner to Shea. That's a dangerous pass over the top of Farino. And we're going to get a quick sub in for Bacon as well. Caitlin Novak's going to go to the scoring table. Freshman. And I think Coach Shea wants a little more ball handling in the game against that extended pressure of New London. Croft, straight array 3. No good. Rebound, Nud. Shea, baseline, can't finish with the left, but right there for the putback is Lutzy.
Yeah, Lutzy's made a living on the backside, Case. A couple times down, active without the basketball. She had 6 points for Bacon. 6 out of the 10.
Another 3 for good, long. Dudley, though, great position, spins and finishes.
I've seen the Whalers settling for a 3-pointer a couple times down the floor. Dudley in good position for the cleanup on the offensive end.
You know, talked earlier about Bacon playing a little slow out the gates against maybe lesser teams. Tonight, much crisper against the better competition. There's a cutting Nud, and she can't get it to go. Good interior defense. Now, Good is pushing the other way. Down it goes. Lancaster spins away and finishes over Mancuso. That was a nice move from the freshman. Said, I learned. I learned.
Yeah, the first time she gets swatted, that time for 2. A lot of upside for Lancaster, huh?
Lutzy drives, heads to the middle. Running left-hander is good. Val Lutzy showing all kinds of scoring moves here early. Quick in transition, though. Lancaster beats Mancuso down the floor, scores the basket, and goes to the line.
Serenity Lancaster, back-to-back buckets for the Whalers, Casey, all at point-blank range. Like you said, she got blocked the first time out. Last 2 times, no problem. Setting up shot, scoring for 2. Yeah, you see the run out in Lancaster at the rim for 2. The hoop and the harm that time.
Bacon wants a quick timeout. This timeout brought to you by Groton City Utilities. As a leader in southeastern Connecticut, we provide essential electric, water, and other services at prices which reflect exceptional customer value and quality, enhance and support the vitality and livability of the communities we serve. Groton City Utilities. So Coach John Shea had 2 freshmen going into the ball game. Elizabeth Glover, Caitlin Novak.
Yeah.
There's with Ashley Lazat injured and not playing. That's 2 freshmen that are their first 2 people off the bench. So in a game like this, freshmen are going to have to, step up.
Yeah, freshmen are going to step up, yeah.
We saw Novak and Glover both do that in the game against Ledyard early in the year. They're both on the floor, so Lazat is out, and that means you've got, taking a breath right now, Shea and Mancuso. And so Novak and Glover into the ball game. Lancaster will shoot the bonus. Saul's back into the game for New London as well. Can't get it to go, but look at Dudley out-hustle everyone for the rebound.
Get that ball moving against the zone. Extra pass.
Good. Gonna draw a foul in the cut to the basket.
You know, if Good can turn the corner and penetrate that zone, Casey, good things will happen for New London. She'll either have the opportunity to pull up and knock down that jump shot from 10 feet, or she could find either Dudley or Lancaster on the block.
They're gonna say that was on the floor.
Not a good call.
So New London will have it underneath. Croft will inbound, and she goes up top to Good. Back to Croft. New London will set up its offense on the perimeter.
Ball moving by the Whalers. They create some space against that zone.
She wants Dudley to flash, and Dudley's gonna have to come and find the basketball.
And nobody moving to the high post.
Open look for Sauls, and she knocks down a triple. Sophomore Italia Sauls. Nudd steps back for a three. It's short, and it goes off the hands of Novak, but it was tipped by Croft, so it'll stay with Bacon. Farino will inbound. She gets to Nudd. Nudd being guarded by Dudley. That's a great matchup. Nudd crosses over and kicks back. Lutzy, step in, 12-footer, strong. Rebound, Farino. Novak has it now. Back to Nudd. She can't get it off at the end of the period. New London pressure, 4-point lead, and we're headed to the end of one. Second quarter action on the other side. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
Pave the way for your students' financial success with a MySci account from Scient. Open a high-yield MySci savings account today and help support a positive financial future for your student. Visit scientfcu.org to learn more. Game Day is brought to you by Waterford Dental Health. At Waterford Dental Health, we provide solutions to all of your dental needs. Your smile is our top priority. Visit us today at waterforddentalhealth.com and by Core Plus Credit Union. Love the home you're in? Well, borrow based on the finished value of your home before your renovations begin. Apply today at coreplus.org.
So the pressure of New London here at the end of the first period, out to a 4-point lead now. You know, Nalise Dudley has been everything as advertised as far as the, multifaceted player, as much as her defense on Marissa Nudd as her offense. Lancaster been good, and the guards for New London solid so far, not making any mistakes. Bacon struggling to get baskets there when Mancuso not, pushing things out in the middle. So they're back to their starting five.
Got to find a way to get their star player some touches. Nudd, on the offensive end, their best offense has been, number 13, Luzzy. So it's just one of these things. Get some guys, get some touches out there for Nudd. Get her working.
That's Dudley, though, taking on the task of defending the best player. Lutzy, step back, and knocks down a 2, foot on the line. But there you go, Val Lutzy.
Yeah, Lutzy's been their best thus far tonight. 10 points for the senior.
Oh, good look, Croft underneath Lancaster. Can't get it over the top of Mancuso, but Bacon, Lutzy knocks it out of bounds.
I like the way that Lancaster flashes on the baseline, gets position, then the guard, the zip pass, just kind of finds her. That's good movement without the basketball. Good game plan from Tammy Millsaps.
Swinging it around. Now Dudley will take the 3. Got it!
Tough, huh? Inside, outside. Get things organized on the three-point line and knock it down. Tough cover.
Lutzy gets a screen from Mancuso. Finds Shea, who finishes. That's a nice job, a little hesitation. Carachet cuts back into the Whaler lead. Croft. Back to Dudley. She drives, floats, no good, short. Mancuso fighting for the rebound, and she'll be fouled by Dudley. Bacon ball.
Coach tells her that's a stupid foul. You can hear it from over here. A little reach in. That's a stupid foul, she said.
You can hear her from over here. I'll tell you right now, Coach Millsaps, I would love to have my kid play for her. She would scare the heck out of me.
You get the best out of your players, that's for sure.
A little running shot by Nudd is no good. Croft comes out now. And a nice step in by Lutzy. 2-on-1, Farino's running with her. Lutzy tries to draw the foul, no call, but Farino gets the rebound. Swings it to Shea. And steal by Croft. Croft. And a travel before she saw Mancuso in the block. There's the Bacon faithful, the student section, and Steve Liberty. He is Mr. Bacon.
Yeah,
dressed
Mr.
as
Bacon,
a bacon.
yeah.
Now, that's a little weird for me, sports doctor, because somewhere lurking
is your son?
In his varsity letterman jacket is the junior voice of game day. And he's now part of the Bacon crowd and faithful.
Seemed like just yesterday we were doing game day at Fitch High School and he was at my hip.
Oh, good putback by Nudd on the miss from Farino.
I mean, that's something to get Nudd's going a little bit, Casey. We talked about getting some touches and get your star player involved. It's, you know, if it's off of a rebound, some dirty work and some lunch pail stuff, maybe that's what she needs.
Drive, float. I think Mancuso had a piece of it, and now she rips down the rebound. Mancuso's been great in the middle as a presence for Bacon. Shea. And there's a step in by Good. And unfortunately for her, she was a little too close to the sideline. And Sal's will come back into the ball game, replacing Bedeau. And Bedeau will sit. Natalia Sauls, we saw knock down a three back in the ball game for New London.
You know, the one thing you look at, too, with that matchup with Nudd and with Dudley is how hard Nudd is going to work just to get open, just to get a clean touch.
Oh, there's a nice job to the cutting Lutzy, but she can't finish. Good defense by the Whalers. Croft coming the other way, step in, pulls up at the foul line. No good, but underneath, Dudley, basket, foul. They can't keep Dudley off the board. She has been slippery, and now she's at the line with a chance to make it a 4-point game.
Yeah, 9 points for Dudley. Showing you flashes from the three-point line, doing some work down low. Misses the free throw, but she is energized in London here in the second quarter.
Lutzy gets a screen from Mancuso, double screen. Farino tries to dump it down to Mancuso, but Croft comes out of the pack and over the top of Lutzy for two, and the Whalers are out to a 5-point lead, and Coach John Shea wants a full timeout because the green and gold are out running.
Well, you talked about offense off of defense. Here you go with Croft on the break. The left-hand delivery, and just like that, and London finds himself up 5 off the work of Dudley on the offensive glass. Working, and then the run out that time by Zanisha Croft. Whalers on a little bit of a run here, up by 5.
And it's really about the defensive pressure not allowing any easy baskets. And the Lady Whalers, yeah, they want to fry the bacon. Hey, listen, I can't argue with that.
No,
Fried bacon, that's good stuff.
Good stuff, yeah.
Is there anything better than the nice bacon smell?
Bacon sandwich, yeah.
Crowd pouring in, looking over in the New London student section, and some of the boys basketball players. Ro Perry and his crew over in the boys section for New London. Of course, they're going to be heading to the ECC tournament as the number 2 seed, staring down Rocky 3 rematch with NFA.
NFA, yeah.
They can get into the semis. There are the Whalers right there. And they're thinking they want one more with NFA. They've beaten them in 2 really fabulous games. On the other side of things, Bacon Academy will be entering the tournament as well with the dance moves, and right now they need a basket. And their best option has been Lutzy getting to the basket, but I think you're right. Nudd, they got to get Nudd.
Find a way to free up Nudd. Work her off a double screen. A little backdoor cut.
swinging it around. Farino, cross court it goes to Shea. Open three, no good. There's Mancuso though, and she's tied up. Possession arrow will favor the Whalers.
Good look that time off the skip pass from Shea. Couldn't knock it down, and Mancuso was there for the rebound again. Can't bring that ball down.
Shea's a good shooter. She knocks down that shot more often than not, that wide open look. Big defensive possession here. New London with a basket could really extend that lead. Good. Bang!
That's a clean look. What a catch and shoot. Elbow extended. That's basically a free throw. Then Olivia Good is finding the rhythm.
Lutzy gets the screen from Shea. Back up top. Now they need Nudd. And there's a great look to Shea using the backboard. Can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound. Can't get it to go. Farino underneath. She gets blocked. Tries to find Lutzy. Instead, Croft. 2-on-1 with Dudley. Nudd's back. There's a cutting Dudley. And the Whalers are running. 9-point lead for the Whalers.
11 points for Dudley, Casey, and the lead is up to 9. 3 minutes to go.
Shea with a long three, no good. And a rebound, Lancaster. And right now, the Whalers have it clicking on all cylinders.
Yep.
Up ahead, Dudley running the floor. Basket's good, and the foul. And the Whalers extend the lead.
That's a hustle play by Dudley. Bacon looks tired. Nudd with her hands on her hip. They all got their hands on their hips, and New London right now is energized.
Fresh legs into the ball game for Bacon. Glover and Novak will check in. Shea and Mancuso will have a seat. One for Nelise Dudley. Biggest lead of the game thus far for the Whalers. It's 11. Short, no good. Tipped around, but Lancaster comes out with a rebound. Whalers out working, out hustling, and out running.
Good job. Reset on offense. No reason to force or shove if you're Lancaster. Let's get a good look here. Good patience by the London offense.
A nice Croft steps in and buries it.
You know, we talked about that shot, that 8-foot, 10-foot shot. You said good knock one down last time. Croft stepped in. You can make shots like that. It's a tough night for the opponents.
Steal. Dudley pushing. 1-on-3. Wisely pulls it out. Right now, Bacon has been hit with a haymaker. They got to get up off the canvas. And New London wants to keep him down on that mat. High low. Croft for three. Bank is open. Zanasha Croft shopping at the bank of Mohegan Sun.
And when you're knocking down shots like that, you're tough to beat. Timeout. Bacon.
16-point lead. It was a good high-low, but when Croft hits the bank,
there it is. Boom!
Makes a withdrawal. 3-point withdrawal for Zanasha Croft.
Well,
16-point lead.
Things are going your way, partner. Things are going your way. So if you're out and running and you're scoring and the baskets come easy, even a bank shot, well, excuse me, I didn't mean it, but I'll take it. For three, says Croft.
Yeah, I mean, this game was like one a minute ago, right?
Yeah.
It's just been out hustle, out work.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, a little luck, but also Whalers have hit shots, and they are feeling it right now. And, you know, when you get water flowing downhill, it's tough to stop it.
Yeah.
UNLV sweatshirt right there. The Whalers are channeling a little running Rebs right now.
What a great teams. Oh, my God. And talk to Shark.
Well, they did.
Greg Anthony.
But they couldn't
Grandma Mama.
They couldn't beat Bobby Hurley.
No. Won one national championship. But
one national championship.
Yeah, I know.
I know what they won 8,000 games.
Plastic Van, Stacey Ogden. They can go on.
Novak up top, Lutzy. Whalers, now Lutzy step back three, no good. Rebound Novak. Up top, Nudd turns it over. Croft ahead of the pack. And Zanasha Croft scores. And the Whalers have all the answers. And right now, Bacon is filled with nothing but questions.
Yeah, and Croft has 9 points, and the Whalers are pouring it on right now. It's a good set piece off the timeout by Bacon. Missed the shot, couldn't get the rebound, and then the run out. Well,
with Nudd as a non-scoring factor right now, they needed to step in. Nudd fakes the three, drives to the basket, can't finish. And we're gonna get a knocked out of bounds as Glover was banged by Dudley. It's gonna stay with Bacon.
Yeah, Dudley got away with one there, a little over the back. A little run over.
Bacon needs a good set here desperately. Lutzy, quick trigger three is gonna be short. Look at Farino battle. She can't finish, but she'll go to the line and shoot two, Emily Farino. And right now, Bacon's got to find a way to just break the schneid.
They've been stuck on 18 points for a long time.
And they've been doubled up. And Farino breaks the streak here. Bacon's got it.
That's a hard thing to do when you're stuck in quicksand on the offensive end and your opponent is running, rolling, knocking down bank shots and everything. It's hard.
You guys just chip away, chip away,
Yeah,
chip
how
away.
do you get out of that quicksand?
It starts with making your free throws. Free points. Second one, no good. Tipped rebound. Lancaster comes down with it. New London under a minute remaining here in the half. Croft steps in, dumps it down to Lancaster. Swinging it, good ball movement by the Whalers. It gets to Dudley.
Good patience, huh? Good patience. Not going to settle for nothing here. Let's get a good look.
Dudley, foul line.
Travel, yeah. Oh, happy feet that time.
Like a receiver looking for the defender before catching the ball. She had her feet going because she wanted to make a move.
Trying to take it to the house. Turn and go.
25 seconds, down 17, an improbable 17-point deficit for Bacon as they were right in it early. Nudd to the basket, blocked, gets it back, steps in and finishes at the basket. So Marissa Nudd cuts it to 15. 10 seconds remaining. New London with a chance at the last shot of the half. Good, back to Croft. Croft steps in, zips it underneath, and at the buzzer, Dudley scores for the Whalers. And that just about sums up the first half for New London. A 17-point lead out of nowhere. The sports doctor has Coach Tammy Millsaps. Let's find out what she thinks about the first half of her Whalers.
All right, Coach, you guys are taking a 17-point lead into the locker room. What made you guys so successful in that second quarter?
Playing defense. We switching it up between the 2-3 zone and the man. We're executing extremely well in our half-court zone offense. We're just doing a lot of things where we're running the floor in transition, looking for the extra person, just doing some really good things all around.
Yeah, what's the message in the locker room? 16 minutes away.
We can't let up. It's a really quality team. They are good shooters. Dud has not really scored in the first half. I'm going to look for them to come out and get her the ball, be more consistent with getting her the ball and getting her to rock.
All right, good luck after the second half, Coach. Case.
Thank you, Sports Doctor. Everything in that second quarter was the way of the Whalers. The cheerleaders are on the floor. The boys in the stands are loving it. Whalerville running wild right now. We've got some halftime fun for you. We'll be back with second half action. You've been watching Game Day live on theday.com.
I grew up in New London. It's been about basically my whole life. I grew up watching my sister play. My sister played here. Her name's Shanae Strong. She played basketball. She played softball. My sister Dair, she played softball. She was pretty good at it. I know Jada India, they went off to college. I was watching them. I know Rosalie Nicholson, she went to Hofstra. I know a couple of the girls that are in college, I was watching them grow as a player. Well, my first year, it wasn't a good experience for me, so I decided to move to a prep school because their basketball program was somewhat better. So I moved there, and as well for academics, so they had a smaller classroom setting. Then when I hit Putnam, it was like a whole different environment. Like the people there, they were welcoming, but I was kind of used to being in New London and their way of welcoming, so I didn't know what to expect. I was nervous. I didn't know how to interact with people as I knew how to do it here. So it was tough, but I got used to it. My first year when I reclassified, we lost the last game of the championship. That's how far we made it when I was there. My second year playing there, we went through 3 different coaches. I would get playing time, but it's not as much as when I came back and got playing time here with Coach Millsaps.
Kids go from high school to prep school.
Yeah.
Very rarely prep school to high school. How difficult of a decision was it for you?
It was actually really difficult. Like, I was determined to stay at the prep school, but my parents, my sisters, Coach Millsaps was reaching out to me nonstop, just saying how good of a coach she is and what she can produce for me as I'm getting older, moving on to college. I'm doing good here, but when I was at prep, I think I did way better. I don't know if it's because, like, me being a senior, because I would have been a junior if I was still at prep school. I don't know if me being a senior now, everything's just hitting me now with college and stuff. So I'm just not playing my game the way I usually play. But I think I'm going to get into it. I'm going to get into a rhythm as the season moves forward.
My mom went to school here, and she also played for the team. And then my sister played here about 4 years ago, and she was also a captain of the team her senior year. And I really look up to her when I play here, and it's just great to continue the legacy.
A lot to live up to?
Yeah, it is. She definitely led her team when she was a senior, and I look up to how she plays. And she was also strong forward. So we're not in the same position because I'm point guard, but it's a lot to live up to.
She's a really good leader. You know, she's plays really hard, has good floor sense, and we depend on her to do a lot. Scoring, setting up other people, and then her defensive intensity is always there, so we're just happy to have her, and she's a great senior captain.
My sister is living in Boston right now, and so she's not home. But after every game, she texts me or calls, and we always talk about the game and what I could have done better or what I did. And she's helped me a lot with my confidence on the court and just small things I can change because she watches all of my games. I watch with my mom and dad both all the tapes for the games, and so it's constant in the house, but I know there's no hard pressure to do more than I can handle.
Her dad's helped coach our summer league teams, Dom, so we really appreciate what they've done, and we got a lot of good parents in the system that are really dedicated to taking care of their kids as far as bringing them basketball, paying for AAU. So as a coach, you're pretty fortunate to have parents like that, and they're responsible for a lot of W's as well.
I believe that there's moments that really change your life, and the talent show is definitely one of those moments.
I'm not alone in this world. Seems like everybody out there wants to have a chance to be
The talent show basically legit saved my life. I would have probably been in jail or probably be dead.
Put me back in my place, but I won't make it easy on them.
I'm a traumatic brain injury survivor.
I was addicted to alcohol, opiates, then it turned to heroin.
It's very taboo to be gay or to be trans.
And it's never been so clear that you got a place. Now show us your face and get up on that stage and let the world know.
We're not looking for sympathy. That's not what we're doing. We're looking to prove a point that arts can heal.
That space, that energy, that magic, that's already therapeutic in itself.
And that's what this New London Talent Show does. It allows young people to rip off labels that people put on them and come out of their own box or their own fears.
Look, know that you can do anything that you try to do with faith in the man above and power that's inside of you. They're trying to stop you, don't let them block you or lie to you. If you let them, then they're liable to silence you.
We could have been the stereotype. We could have been those people and fit the mold. The true measure of a person is how they respond to the negative things, how they respond to tragedy. And this is our response.
This place destroys fear, destroys it, and empowers young people.
We're at halftime here at the Mohegan Sun. An incredible second quarter from the New London High School Whalers has them up 17 on the Bacon Academy Bobcats. Casey O'Neill along with the sports doctor Keith O'Brien, and you heard Coach Millsap say that they just turned it up. The defense is what started it, and right now hard to believe the Whalers can't fire on all cylinders.
Like that 1-point game up to 17, and you talked about the Stars paying big dividends on a night like tonight, and Dudley's got 15, Casey, and she's done a little bit of everything out there for Coach Millsap's, and just the way she's worked with the basketball inside and outside. We'll take a look at some of the first half highlights. And that's Bacon's best player right there, is Lutzy with 10. But very, very hard cover right there. And Dudley with the spin, sprinkling some three-point shots. And a hustle play there by Dudley as well. Again, the recognition by the guards. Lancaster tough to guard when she's catching the ball like that in space. Just New London's coming at you in a lot of different ways. Sauls with the outside three-point shot right there. So New London, good ball movement. Dudley from 3. Things firing on all cylinders, but really, really hard to cover New London when they're patient like that in the offensive set and just doing some good things. And for Bacon, Nutter hasn't really had the ball an awful lot. She's only got 6 points. Bacon will have to find a way to get her some touches and get her scoring, which is easier said than done because Dudley's all over like a blanket.
Yeah, and the scoring right at the end of the half, really put a little bit of a hurting on Bacon. They were starting to make a little run, cut, a little 4-point run, and then you got Croft out in front of everybody. And even though at the end, Nudd got that basket there, we said, okay, maybe Bacon's starting to chip away a little bit. And right before the half, Dudley right at the buzzer finishes it off for New London. And with down 17, the bigger issue is Bacon's got to work like crazy for every basket, and New London's getting easy basket after easy basket. So, forget about, even if the game were tied, having to try to cut into a 17-point lead when you're,
not easy.
When you're not getting easy baskets,
right,
and when you're giving up easy baskets, right? So that's the hard part.
Yeah, how do you? First you need stops, and then you need baskets. So how do you manufacture a comeback like that? I think the first couple of minutes coming out of the gate, we'll see what kind of adjustments John Shea has made. I don't think Coach Millsaps will get away from anything of which he's done here in the first half. Why would you?
No, Bacon's last loss was to Ram, and they've beaten up on everybody they've played. I'm gonna go back to New London's last loss against White Plains. Since then, they haven't really been touched.
Right.
You look at some of their scores. They're beating up on teams. Ledyard was really the closest game in that semifinal. I think this New London team is clicking on all cylinders right now. And she's getting some minutes from a couple of guards off the bench.
Yeah.
But, Croft is such a good leader. Lancaster's emerged, and, you see the difference between game 1 of this and game 2 is Dudley. So how will Bacon emerge here in the second half, and what will they try to do for some scoring? Nudd drives all the way to the basket. Easy layup there. That's a good start for Bacon.
That's a set play coming off the out of the locker room, too. Get your star player in motion, moving with the basketball. Get it to the rim for 2.
And the other part about making those baskets is it allows them to get back in their set defense. They were much better in the half court.
Yeah.
And New London got so many points off a transition. So back in the half court now, Bacon can settle in. Sauls and Croft and Good. Lutzy comes out to play on Croft, and Good with Nudd on her. Good, and she runs right into Mancuso. Off of Good, it'll be Bacon ball. It is not easy to score over Emma Mancuso.
No.
Mancuso tries to find a cutting Lutzy, but she turns it over, and then she ties up Lancaster, and we're going to get possession arrow favoring New London.
You foul on Mancuso.
I think you could have called that.
They did it. They called it.
So then you were right there.
Yeah, I was right. Yeah, when the referee looks at the scorer's bench, it says 4-2 White.
Good. Croft now back to Good. New London being a little more deliberate here, much like they did to start the first quarter. Dump down to Lancaster. Good position. She beat Mancuso to the spot, and that was a good pass, too.
She's got some very good awareness out there for a freshman, huh? The catch, the touch, the seal off with the body.
Lutzy spins. Lancaster blocks it. Good comes out of it. She's beating Lutzy up the floor. Whalers have numbers. Good tries to find Lancaster, a little behind her. Kick out. Croft for three. No good. Look at Lancaster with a hustle rebound. Can't get it to go. And now Nudd comes out, but it's 1-on-3. And turnover. New London goes the other direction. Step back three. Good!
Tough swing. Timeout by Coach Millsaps off the make. But that's a tough way for Bacon. A turnover on one end, a three-point shot like that, you're down by 20. And good, no hesitation. Just pull up, let it rip. Nothing but nylon.
Got a timeout on the floor. This timeout brought to you by Groton City Utilities, leader in southeastern Connecticut, providing essential electric, water, and other services at prices which reflect exceptional customer value and quality. Enhance the support, the vitality, and livability of the communities we serve. It's Groton City Utilities. 20-point lead. Hard to believe that this game was a one-point game at the end of the first period. And then New London just kind of put in another gear, and Bacon has not yet been able to find that gear.
We're getting ahead of ourselves here, and we always do on game day, and you and I and stuff like that. We talked about New London possibly having a team to make a run in the state tournament, and there are 6 deep, maybe 7 on a good night, and I got to think that she likes her chances right now, the way they're playing anyway.
If Dudley stays on the floor and doesn't get in trouble, they're
going to be tough.
They're going to be a tough out for anybody. Farino up top. Nudd drives. Can't get it to go. Lancaster, good defense and the rebound. Lob underneath, Dudley. Baseline, reverse. Oh, Nalise Dudley's fancy.
Just making it look too easy out there is Dudley. And she is big time in this game tonight.
And there's a steal by Croft. Off to the races. Whalers clicking on all cylinders. Swing, Shea. Up top, Lutzy for three. Good. Val Lutzy with a triple.
Yep. 13 for Val. She's been their best player tonight. Leading scorer, nice catch and shoot in rhythm. Knocks it down. Now going to stop.
Sauls for a long three, in and out. Nudd with the rebound. She's a quick trigger shooter.
Yeah.
Shea gets herself in some trouble, swings it. Lutzy with an open look for three, back iron, no good. And Good rips down the rebound. Croft for an open three, high arcer, no good. Lancaster weak side, and Dudley cleans it up. Nalise is a beast.
Lunch pail and all. Jamming to the boards. 17 points for Dudley, doing work.
Lutzy on the other end with a running left-hander. Scoop shot gets fouled and will go to the line to shoot two.
Hey, you see Dudley right here. The lunch pail, the scoop, the delivery. 19 points, that Sports Doctors corrected for Dudley to lead the way for the Whalers. Boy, when you hustle and you're underneath the basket and you're constantly around the basketball, good things are going to happen.
Novak and Glover check back in for Bacon. Allgood checks in for New London. Lutzy knocks them both down. good. Drives and kicks it. All good. Tied up by Shea. Jump ball. He'll stay here. All good is only a freshman. Keani Allgood. Up top now, Dudley. Goes left on Novak. Good job by Caitlin Novak shutting that off. Lutzy forces the pass over to Good, and Bacon's trying to create some turnover here, and Croft steady with the basketball.
Yeah, don't turn the basketball over. Find your open teammates. Keep things moving.
Good look, but half a second too slow. Now Shea, touchdown pass. Nud going in the other direction, and she's going to go to the line to shoot two. So one of the few times we've seen Bacon get out and run and get out ahead of New London.
Yeah, off the turnover, Nud with a head of steam that time. Finds herself at the free throw line to shoot two.
Marissa
Frustrating
Nudd.
night for her, huh?
Yeah, Marissa Nudd, the junior, such a good player. You know, Dudley's done a fabulous job defensively against her, and Nudd, you know, Marissa's had a hard time getting to the basket, but great player, the junior. One more free throw. Knocks them both down. Cuts the lead back to 19. Hard to believe the Whalers are right back where we, you know, no blood here in the third period.
Yeah.
Step in by Shea. Steal from Croft. All the way to the basket. No call, no foul. Gets her own rebound. Puts it on the floor. And that'll be a tie-up. And it'll stay here with Bacon Academy.
2:31 left to go here in the third quarter. I think Bacon's going to start making the move. They're going to start doing now. Nud.
Nice scoop shot by Nud. Can't get it to go. Glover and Lancaster battled, and Dudley comes out with it for the Whalers. 2-on-1 with Lutzy. And a walk by Dudley.
You think so?
Step.
That was a fancy move right there.
Crowd
Tammy Millsaps does not like that at all. A little show the fake. A nifty move.
Well, yeah.
I'll give it a basket just for style points. I don't care if it was walking or not.
Yeah,
Come on now.
Took an extra step.
Come on.
Lutzy, floater, off the bank, gets her own rebound. Tip, here comes Croft. She's got Dudley 2-on-1. Dudley, can't get it to go, but look at the hustle points. Gets her own rebound and then tied up by Glover. It'll stay with New London.
You're going to keep me in check, aren't you, partner? I like that move by her.
She
Called a walk.
She
Euro step or something.
She walked. Oh, good look underneath. Lancaster will be fouled by Glover. She'll go to the line. Good look by Croft. Found Lancaster. Lancaster knows how to find that spot, find space.
But she knows how to position her body where she's catching the ball with her defender on her backside on her hip. All she's got to do is turn and she's got a layup.
Well, if you look at the Lancaster family, they've scored a lot of points at New London High School in both boys and girls basketball. And one thing that they've all had, I don't know if there's something in the gene pool or if there's, but they all seem to have that subtle understanding of body positioning, body language in order to get themselves in scoring position. And that's a lot of Lancasters, and they all could score the basketball. Serenity is but the next in line of the great Lancaster players. Step slow, Croft almost got there. Instead, Shea. And the defense for New London clamping down, up 20.
Yeah, very, very hard for Nud to even get a touch or a sniff with, Dudley just face guarding and jumping in front of her and working hard on both ends.
Right now, New London wants every steal, every hold,
Yeah.
every lockdown. They're feeling it right now. And there's a steal from Dudley. And the basket is good over Lutzy. Whalers pouring it on here at the Sun. Lutzy tied up by Good, but they're going to say she got her on the arm, so Lutzy will shoot two. Val Lutzy's played a nice game tonight for Bacon in spite of the 22-point deficit.
She's been their best player. She's been their best scoring option. Yeah, you see Dudley, a little pull up, staying away from the contact. But Lutzie's played well. She's done a little bit of everything, inside, outside, knocked down a 3 or 2, and you know she's the leading scorer for Bacon.
All good back in for the Whalers.
16,
Lancaster will have a break.
16 for Lutzie.
Farino back in the ball game for Bacon. They've done a nice. I'll tell you what. Both teams, nice job with the free throw shooting.
Sure.
I know how much that means to you.
Yeah.
Down under a minute here remaining in the third period. Dudley drives baseline, can't get it to go, and Lutzie pulls it down. Nud, spot up 3, high arcer, and nothing but the bottom of the net.
That one felt good for 31, didn't it? Clean look, square the shoulders, knock it down.
18-point lead now, right where we were at the start of the quarter. 25 seconds, New London will pull it out. They want the last shot here. 18-point lead is good for them. If they can build it up, even better. Good. High post to Sauls. Kick out, Croft for 3. Back iron, no good, and that'll take us to the end of the third period. Right where we were at the halftime, an 18-point lead for the New London High School Whalers. Fourth quarter action on the other side. You're watching Game Day Live on RJ.com.
Pave the way for your students' financial success with a MySci account from Scient. Open a high-yield MySci savings account today and help support a positive financial future for your student. Visit scientfcu.org to learn more. Game Day is brought to you by Waterford Dental Health. At Waterford Dental Health, we provide solutions to all of your dental needs. Your smile is our top priority. Visit us today at waterforddentalhealth.com and by Core Plus Credit Union. Love the home you're in? Well, borrow based on the finished value of your home before your renovations begin. Apply today at coreplus.org.
Whalers are dancing right now, Sports Doctor. They got a 18-point lead heading into the fourth quarter. And there's something about seeing yourself on a Jumbotron that gets everybody a little fired up.
Well, if there was any let-up coming out of the locker room, I think New London did a good job of, you know, holding their own and just staying the course during the third quarter. You know, and actually extended their lead during that third quarter. Bacon kind of clawed back to cut the lead to 17, but you know, I think Coach Millsap, her team is playing an exceptional basketball game today.
I mean, she can't possibly be disappointed with anything that she saw tonight, and you know, she's gonna look back at this game. This is a blueprint about how they're gonna have to win games in the state tournament as well. I mean, this is what they're gonna want to do. You know, offensively they've been crisp. They've scored a lot of points in transition. They've stayed
out of foul trouble.
Yep.
You know, we talk about that with a team that's not very deep. You start getting players in foul trouble, whether there's a big-time dance move there with Lancaster and/or Dudley. The kids stay out of foul trouble. You keep them on the floor, Casey. They're going to be tough.
Bacon with the first possession here of the fourth period. Lutzie gets a screen, pulls back for a long 3, no good. Croft gets the rebound, and she's going to run. Kick out, Sauls, triple, good.
Hey, quick trigger, huh? She knocked down a couple tonight.
She's a shooter.
Yeah, catch and shoot on the wing, deliver.
Dump down to Nud, she spins, goes back with her left, now spins right, and a little bank scoop, no good. On the floor, Nud, timeout on the floor.
You know, I think for Nud, you know, when you're defended and harassed like that, it's very, very hard to operate. Dudley's defense tonight has been smothering. It's the best word I can describe it. You know, harassing and smothering.
You know, that's a question. That's the question too. You know, what did she going into tonight? What was her focus? You know, locking down the premier player for the other squad, or you know, taking over offensively for hers, because she did both. Or how much was not being a part of the first game? You know, weighing on her mind going into this one. Lancaster somehow comes out of the pack with it, and it's deflected by Mancuso, and Lutzy has it. Up ahead now, Nudd, Bacon with numbers. Nudd, soft finish.
Oh, George Gervinish right there. A little touch, a little finger roll.
She knows how to put the ball up soft on the rim and just kind of let the good things happen. We're going to get a foul off Shea, out high on Sauls. First foul on Shea. Croft with the basketball now for New London. Reset. Crossover. Sauls, the sharpshooter, a little long that time. Farino up ahead to Shea. And Shea loses it, but it ends up in the hands of Nudd. And after all the tippy taps, it goes to Nudd and she scores.
17 quietly for Nudd.
Dudley drives, floats, can't get it to go, gets her own rebound, and will go to the line.
Now that's the motor right there from Dudley. Misses the layup, comes back, gets the rebound, gathers, get yourself at the free throw line and shoot 2. Just a work ethic, Casey, on both ends of the floor. Very impressive, this young lady tonight.
Short on the first. Yeah, no, Nulise Dudley's been fabulous tonight.
Yeah.
Everything that you expected from a premier player. She's certainly made her case for being the best player in the conference. Does a little bit of everything. And it's, you know, Bacon has not played bad here in the second half.
No.
Little roll, Mancuso, and a nice look from Lutzy.
Down to 14.
And not going away. And I give credit, Lutzy's played a heck of a game tonight. Lutzy has not turned off the engines at all. Could you imagine if they could ever get this thing to 10? Nice spin, Dudley drives and finishes over Mancuso. And Nulise Dudley says, Case, we're not going to let this thing get to 10.
We're going to take this game over with a big-time move with the right hand. Oh, she can bail out any offensive set, can't she?
Step back 3, Lutzy, got it! Val Lutzy with a triple.
$20 points for Lutzy.
Lancaster to Good. Good drives, can't finish, but underneath. Dudley was there, but they're going to call a blocking foul, I believe, on Farino. And Good, who slow to get up, will shoot 2. So we get a lot of, I get a lot of comments on the whole got it thing for the 3.
Yeah.
So I can't trademark it because my good friend J.R. Ciappone, I think, came up with the first got it at either at Jordan or at Southwest School in Waterford. The first got it was JR. So I can't trademark it, but I've stolen it from him.
He called his own shot?
He did. He would shoot it up in the air.
Call it.
Yeah. Very Ciappone-like. One more for Good. And look at the rebound by Dudley and the putback. They can't keep her off the boards. They can't stop her underneath. Nulise Dudley has been the player of the game.
Yeah, 25 points now for Dudley. And just like that, they extend the lead to 16. Wow, a little 5-point trip that time for the Whalers. And here you see doing work off the offensive glass, off the missed rebound. Number 4.
I'm going to say that I think New London has the 2 best offensive rebounders in boys and girls basketball.
Yeah.
I think Savon Warren is the best offensive rebounder on the boys' side.
Look at this action.
Oscar.
How about that?
That's Oscar.
One end of the floor.
That's backflip. That's backflip, kid, right there. Oscar for the Bacon Academy. New London dueling. I think Savon Warren's the best offensive rebounder for boys, and I think Nolise Dudley's the best offensive rebounder for girls. She is so lightning quick off the line, wherever she is, to the basket. She's been exceptional tonight. You know, we're talking about the players of the year, you know, in the ECC or the area, the all-area player of the year. And I think the boys' side, it's impossible because I can't tell you who it is. But the girls' side, you know, Dudley, Nud, Melina Walker, there's been some really good players. I have a hard time. Dudley's been as good as anybody we've seen.
Should get my vote.
Turn underneath, goes to Farino. Kick out, Lutzy with another three. Short, and Lancaster's going to be fouled. And the Whalers will have it up 16 with 4:20 remaining. So, you know, going into the postseason, you're talking about what New London's going to learn from this. I think New London's going to learn that they can play with anybody when they play like this. What's Bacon taking away from this?
Oh, boy. Well, first of all, they're not quitting. They're playing hard down the stretch. You can't take away that New London's pretty darn good, I can tell you that.
Well, here's the thing. This game has been dead even for 3 of the quarters.
Yeah.
And the second quarter was all New London as Lancaster trails the play and finishes.
Yeah.
Second quarter was all New London.
Yes.
First quarter was even, third quarter was even, and so far the fourth quarter's been even. But all New London in the second quarter.
Right.
So, I mean, I think if you're Bacon Academy, you got to say,
we had an 8-minute period, or even not even that, 4-minute period. Wheels came off.
Yeah, so we got to stop, you know, find a way to make things like this right here. It's a great look down to Mancuso. Right. Bacon's got to say, we got to find a way to stabilize things when the wheels come off.
Yep.
And not give up baskets like this as New London pushes it right back down their
back.
throat.
You know, 2 passes up the floor on a layup off of a make. You're running off of a make.
And that's, you know, that's the sort of next level of transition basketball when you're pushing off a make.
Now leads Dudley to the line, shooting a 1-and-1.
Dudley off the line, shooting a 1-and-1. That foul was on the floor. The one area where she hasn't been perfect tonight. And that comes in the hands of Lutzy.
Talk about New London making a run. Casey, number 7 in double L. State
double L,
playoffs.
double
Tough.
L. And that's because they got the magnet school enrollment. Good look. Lutzy to Nud. That's because they down to 14. That's because they have the magnet school enrollment. It's a tough break for them because it vaults them up into double L. They probably should be an L team.
Bacon's number 2 in Class M.
That's a nice pass. Wheel. Lancaster finishes.
Now listen, you could see Bacon making a run at the state championship.
Yeah, we could see him back here.
Class M.
Nice look down to Nud. Can't get it to go. She never had the handle cleanly. Dudley comes out of the pack. She's going to push 3-on-2 and pulls it out. It's a smart move right there. Who's won? I wonder who won is in M. Is it Ram?
Ram, maybe?
Who they lost to already? Kick out. Croft. 3-ball. Short. Farino up ahead. It goes to Shea. And Shea finishes with the left hand.
Holy Cross at 20-0. Ranked number 1 in Class M.
Whoops.
Yep.
Well, if you play him, you don't play him to the final.
That's right.
Up, almost a turnover there.
Sloppy. She wants to. Tammy calls timeout.
Well, the lead
Notices
is down to
it getting
14.
sloppy. She should call timeout.
I mean, I think New London's got this wrapped up, and I think at 150, there's not enough time left.
I just don't think she wants to see sloppy basketball.
I don't think she wants to win. I don't think she wants to win by 8.
No. Oh. There's a little run out here by Shea, scoring at the rim. scores. But yeah, I mean, Tammy, the coach is we'll call timeout. A little sloppy, get away from you a little bit. Let's call timeout.
She wants to win this game by 14
Yeah.
or more, not by 10 or less. So tonight was our first of basketball championships after we've had wrestling and cheerleading. And our final championship will be next Tuesday.
Right here.
Right from there. Division II, Division I boys. But Saturday, semifinal Saturday, Waterford High School will have the semifinals of the Division I. And your top 4 teams right now there is our St. Bernard's, New London, NFA, and Waterford. And if that's the semifinals we get, it should be 2 very good matchups, Waterford, St. Bernard's, NFA, New London.
Yeah.
But New London right now thinking it has a chance at sweeping the championships here in the ECC. Girls are the 2 seed looking for a championship. Boys,
London's beaten
2
NFA
seed.
twice this year, huh?
Yeah.
I was with Peter Wappy the other night at that game where Pedro hit that big shot, texted too.
And they beat him the first time with a little bit of luck. They
Yeah.
beat him the second time with
A lot of luck.
With a big shot by Pedro.
A lot of luck. NFA had no business losing that game.
There's a steal by Lutzy. And she scores over the top of Dudley, and now it's 12. There's a trap on Good. Sols comes up with it, and it's a backcourt.
It's called timeout.
Oh, Coach Millsap's got a timeout ahead of time. Coach Shays saying, "Oh,
really?"
Because that was a turnover with a chance to cut it to 10.
Like, come on, man.
Caleb LePage says, "I don't get that one." That's who that was in the Bacon student section.
Okay.
Football player.
Now, I understand.
Got the jacket on.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. You are ensconced in 2 communities right now.
Yeah.
You've loved in New London. You've loved in Colchester. You've done everything for New London.
I promise you, though, Sports Doctor, as we see Lutzy finish, I promise you, no matter what, one community will say I didn't do enough, and the other one will say I didn't do enough either.
That's true.
Because I can't.
Weren't you baseball commissioner in Colchester?
I was the
Little
vice
League?
president of Little League. Yeah. Listen, these are my 2 communities. I raised in one and live in the other, and I love them both, and I love these kids, and I'm so proud. There's Lutzy with a steal. Goes one-on-one with Croft. Basket is good, and the foul. And Sports Doctor, Val Lutzy's got a chance to make this a single-digit lead.
Yeah, unbelievable. Look at the coach. Just shaking her head.
The Bacon student section trying to figure out, can we actually get this thing close? Boys lost a close one in overtime last night, killingly.
Yeah.
So they're right now, the boys team is here supporting the girls. They're like, guys, let's get this thing closer.
No, she already had the ball. You cannot substitute.
So Caitlin Novak.
Off of a make, you can substitute. But you cannot. She already had the basketball.
So Lutzy will shoot this one, and then they'll pressure. It's single digits, hard to believe. Mancuso out, Novak in. Defensive pressure now.
23 points for Lutzy. How's that for a night?
Great night. Dudley dribbles through pressure. Gets to Lancaster. And back to Sols. They're going to have to foul. Great job, Whalers, ball movement. And there's your foul on Good. You know, regardless of the outcome, credit to Bacon Academy, for battling this thing.
They didn't pack it in.
And that's, unfortunately, that now has to become a question to Tammy Millsaps after this thing is over. Just they never quit. What'd you tell your kids? And speaking of no quit, Olivia Good has ice water running through those veins because she didn't even hesitate knocking that one down. Back to a 10-point lead.
10 points for Good, another Whaler in double figure.
Second one's good, lead back to 11. Lutzy turns it over. Croft will up ahead, it goes to Dudley, and look at the smart play by Dudley. Pulls it out, back to Croft. Smart play. And if Bacon's, they're going to leave it, they're going to let it go and
run
not
it out.
foul. That's. Now Coach Shea is saying, let it run out. New London High School. The Whalers are going to be your Division I girls basketball champions. The green and gold. Whalers fired up. Bacon Academy, just not enough tonight. Congratulations, Coach Tammy Millsaps and the New London High School Whalers, 66-55 over the Bacon Academy Bobcats. Whalers, too much. Bobcats didn't quit, but the Whalers, too much. Well, let's find out who your all-tournament team is and your MVP of the Division I tournament. And then, of course, the sports doctor will be with Coach Millsaps and our Waterford Dental Health Player of the Game. But first, your all-tournament team presented by the head of the ECC, Jim Bunicor, and the voice of the ECC tournament, Bill Glennie. But that's it right there. Green and gold, #1 in the ECC. Your all-tournament team, as Bacon has headed to the locker room, so I'm expecting that, I would think Lutzy and Nudd would both make the all-tournament team. So we'll see. They're going to go effort them right now, I'm sure. We'll see who the final grouping is. Whalers, that second quarter really just too much for Bacon to overcome. The Bobcats fought to get it back to single digits, but at the end of it all, too much Whaler pride right there. Too much Whalers. And they'll head into the Double L tournament as ECC champions. Bacon will head in to M as the #2. And they'll have to figure out how they're going to beat a team like the Whalers if they come across them again, because that was a great effort tonight from Tammy Millsaps. Dancing in Whalerville, the celebration begins. Bacon will be returning back some players to the floor. As I said, I believe they're going to have at least two members of the all-tournament team. I'm guessing Nudd and Lutzy will both make the all-tournament team.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we would like to announce the all-tournament team. Up first from Bacon Academy, #13, Valerie Lutzy.
Yeah, there's Val Lutzy. The senior played brilliantly tonight.
And joining her from Bacon Academy, #31, Marissa Nudd.
And the junior, Marissa Nudd. Two Bobcats all-tournament.
From New London, #1, Olivia Good.
Olivia Good, the senior guard for New London, played so brilliantly.
#15, Serenity Lancaster.
What an honor. Freshman all-tournament team, Serenity Lancaster. And your MVP.
And your 2022 Most Outstanding Player, leading the Whalers with 25 points, #4, Nalise
Dudley. No surprise there. Did it all. Defensively, rebounding, offensively. Just an absolute rock star.
And if I could draw your attention to center court, where ECC Basketball Commissioner Jim Bunicor will hand the championship trophy off to the Whalers head coach, Miss Tammy Millsaps, and the New London Whalers.
Celebrate, Whalers. You are the champions of Division I of the ECC. The banner and the trophy are yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2022 champions, the New
Next Tuesday, we'll be back here for the boys. Of course, Saturday will be semifinal Saturday. The sports doctor will have head coach Tammy Millsaps and our Waterford Dental Health Player of the Game and MVP, Nalise Dudley, after her exceptional effort tonight. The sports doctor has a couple of very happy Whalers, champions of Division I in the ECC.
Victory tonight. Talk about the pace, the ebbs and flows of the game, and what brought you guys on top.
Well, we gave up some easy buckets there the last 3 or 4 minutes. It looked like they was going to turn it into a game. But I thought we were resilient, called a timeout, got it set, told the girls we just wanted to milk the clock, not looking to score, but we had to be strong with the ball. So it's one of those games. It's a learning lesson. It's a learning opportunity for us to know how to win when we're up big.
Emphasis on the defensive end to take away their best player. Was that the message coming in?
Absolutely. 31 is their best player. She can shoot at 3. I thought Nalise did an excellent job. We've been going over it the last 2 or 3 days in the scouting report, just talking about doing our work early, defending early, not allowing her to get easy looks, easy touches. Nalise just defended well. She ran the floor. She scored, she defended, she passed, she was unselfish. She just is developing such an unbelievable player.
Now, this season started back in November. We're rolling into March. What do you think about this team from the beginning of the season to now?
We've grown tremendously, and I think we have an opportunity to do some special things in the playoff. I think the surprises for us is Tally. The last couple of games, she has played excellent. And all that does is open up an opportunity for us to have a deeper bench when the playoffs come around, when Jam can get healthy, and we can have that 6th or 7th person come off the bench and be the contributor.
Well, there's no pressure, but there's probably 30 or 40 people on my left shoulder saying, we'll see you back here in March. That's my next question. In double L is very tough. You have the goods to get here?
We absolutely have the talent. The question is, can we stay healthy? Can we stay out of foul trouble? Can we be consistent on the offensive end of the floor, and can we defend consistently?
Oh, you got a tremendous player here. Our Waterford Dental Health Player of the Game. Thanks, Coach. Nalise Dudley. What was the biggest mindset coming in tonight? Was it score buckets, or was it cover their best player?
It was cover their best player, knowing that last time I wasn't able to play, and they came out and they beat us the first time, and I knew that I had to shut her down, and I wasn't going to let her score.
Right. Now, when this team gets moving a little bit, when you guys get cooking on both ends of the floor, you're hard to beat. How do you maintain that through 4 quarters?
It's hard. We definitely try to just keep our mindset and just keep pushing ourselves as we go. So that's what
and what do you like most about this team heading into state playoff?
We always just have a positive mindset. Even if someone gets down, when we miss shots, we just know how to pick each other up and just keep them going.
You're very calm right now. I'm sure this is a big victory. It's just a step, like Coach said, possibly to a state title.
Yes, it really is. We just got to keep going and move forward.
All right, keep it rolling. Casey, great night here for the Whalers at Mohegan Sun.
Thank you, Sports Doctor. Nalise Dudley, just outstanding all the way across, offensively, defensively, rebounding. She did everything tonight. She is your Waterford Dental Health Player of the Game. Let's take a look at some of the highlights tonight. You're going to see Dudley featured prominently throughout. Nud was good for Bacon. When she had opportunities, she scored around the basket, but too much Whalers. The 3 there from Good. Really, the shooting from three-point line tonight, very impressive for New London. Their running of the floor. Dudley able to finish acrobatically under the basket. The Whalers got baskets in all sorts of ways, including running the floor. You see there, Croft. In the other direction, Lutzy played a brilliant game for Bacon Academy. Did so well knocking down the 3 and staying in it was Bacon. The steal from Lutzy, and they wouldn't go away. They cut it to single digits, but ultimately it was just too much of the New London High School Whalers tonight as they came out with the victory 66-55. And I think both of these teams think they can come back here in March. Bacon needs to rely on 3 of these 4 quarters and say that, we got to play like that.
Right.
They can't have a quarter like that against a really good team and win in the state tournament.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I was impressed with the way New London took control of the game and then didn't really lose it, in my opinion, until the very end, which was kind of too late. But once they took control of the game, Casey, they took control of the game.
Yeah,
and then you give Bacon a lot of credit for fighting back, but that's the thing. Who was going to jump out in a little bit of a run and take control of the game, and it was New London.
Well, Tammy Millsaps coaches the way she wants her players to play.
Yeah.
She says, all I ask for you is to match my intensity, which good luck.
But her confidence and intensity is infectious, and those kids believe in themselves. You heard her. She's, we can get back.
Yeah, we have what it takes.
Yeah. And so it's about, and she said, we got to stay healthy. And she credited Natalia Sauls, who knocked down some threes while Beto is getting healthy. If they can be healthy into the tournament, they can be right back here playing for a championship. So join us Saturday. It's semifinal Saturday in the boys. And then, of course, next Tuesday we'll be back here for Division II and Division I. Congratulations to the Windham Whippets and the New London High School Whalers, your Division II and Division I champions. Thank you to all the staff at Mohegan Sun for once again being fabulous hosts and helping us put on this great event. To Peter Wappy and all of the crews, and to the sports doctor, my guy, Keith O'Brien, I am Casey O'Neill. Good night, everybody.